Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2015 Peter Jackson VFL Legendairy Grand Final between Williamstown and the Box Hill Hawks. Can you please be upstanding and join the players, coaches and umpires for the Australian National Anthem to be sung by Jason Hira from Seven's The X Factor.
It's really important for the competition that it's a great battle.
Yep.
Because we liked the chemistry a few years ago with Port Melbourne being able to get through. We'd like to get the mix with the standalones being able to come through. So it'll be a fairy tale if Willie can get there. But we want a good contest.
Here we go, the 2015 Peter Jackson VFL Grand Final. And here's Michael Leeds on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Heatherley's already gone to ground in the Hawks' defensive 50. Williamstown here to play. Meeson, Segler, and it's Segler who gets first hands on the footy here. But he's well tackled and will do it all again.
We'll get matchups from our team in the back row in just a moment.
Masters started forward for the Gulls. Here's Jolly from the stoppage, well tackled by Langford. And it spills free for Wheeler. Little left foot to the wing. Coming out to meet the footy Masters. Just overran it for a moment. Litherland didn't, but then he was picked up by Masters. Big tackle, holding the ball. Good start for the Gulls and their fans.
Sets the scene a bit, Leedsy.
So Masters, who importantly doubled back. He just overran the footy at his first attempt, but was straight back onto it. His second effort, a good one. They're driven inside the 50. A long ball wanting a mark, fisted away from the contest. Mirror had it taken away by Donnell. Langford's got him, and they'll toss it up 40 out from Williamstown's goal. Box Hill have to stop this foray straight away. Langford's there, and he's well tackled. Ball spills free for O'Rourke, flicks it out the back to Mirror. His kick partially smothered. Williamstown still with the footy, but Mirror stole it back. High ball to the defensive 50. Both players went to ground. It spilt for Ty, who picked it up off one step and missed to the right-hand side. The first score of the day is the Gulls. They lead by that solitary behind. 90 seconds into this one.
SEN.com.au scoreboard today. Crowd building up at Etihad Stadium. The kick is short, the kick is good. Dallas Willsmore takes the mark in the back pocket for Box Hill. He goes up the line, and Brendan Whitecross has it. Still inside defensive 50 here, the Hawks. They're doing it by short kick, and there's Jono O'Rourke who's taken it. Not sure which way he's going to go. He goes short across the ground to Langford. They still haven't exited the 50. They do now. The kick up the line. Front position. O'Brien, strong hands, takes it. Half back. Medallion Club side of the ground for Box Hill. He goes backwards, looking for Spanger, finds him, who switches play to that outer side of the ground, and getting hands to it is Angus Litherland, who could take a bounce. The bounce didn't come back to him though, but he still had time to gather, and he kicks up the line, finds Mirror. Centre wing on that outer side now. A little bit stagnant going forward, the Hawks, early stages. And he's held up, Dave Mirror, the skipper for Box Hill. He kicks up towards the 50, bit of pushing going on. And Segler couldn't quite get hands to it. It's over the line. We'll have it thrown in on 50 for Box Hill. A behind plays no score. Williamstown leading SEN.com.au scoreboard.
Williamstown already slowing up Box Hill. We can already see at the moment they're getting numbers back and not allowing Box Hill to move the footy as they fluently would usually.
The throw-in didn't quite make the contest. Marcon was there, got it down to Banner, who gets it outside the 50. Almost to the wing if Carr can keep it in. Now he does, and runs along that outer wing, finds his man Clouston. Smack bangs centre wing for the Gulls, turns and goes. 2 one-on-ones at the top of the 50. Gulls attacking and taking the mark. And it's Ty again. had the first scoring shot of the afternoon, and now he takes the first mark inside 50. He'll kick from just on the arc on the 45-degree angle.
He had a good impact at times last Sunday as well, so he'll be a danger down there.
Dave favoured the big job on Grimley. Forward, Grimley can up the ground and cover a lot of area.
Ty's kick has missed everything.
Team needed a goal there, didn't they? Would have settled them really well.
So it's still 1-0. 3.5 gone. sen.com.au scoreboard.
Be interesting, boys, to see how many uncontested marks. Will he put some pressure on that one? A bit stiff to give away free.
How in the contest, and the free kick was given away, but the handball went on. It was Nick Evans, the 23rd player. Bit of a dust-up going on. W Square getting involved, Willie Wheeler.
Langford a free kick.
And it is a free kick going the other side of the ground, still at half-back for Box Hill, to Langford. Willie Wheeler standing the mark for Williamstown as the kick goes across the ground, and again they just managed to find the space out there. Dave Mirror working on Clouston, his kick over the top. This will fall into the path of Heatherley, you would think it does. He kicks a little ball inside 50, and it's no good. It's going to be turned over out of bounds on the full. So a little bit untidy, bit of a scrappy start to this one as the kick goes across the ground. Banner inside defensive 50, goes long. I did hear that. That was sensational to David Fay. He looks up. Williamstown looking to press forward. They go Medallion Club side. The kick up the ground looking for Lockwood. Engaged there with Howe. The ball falls to the back. We'll have it thrown in right near the bench and right near the igniter. Anthony Anastasio, I tell you what, he will be up and about today. Don't worry about that. So will I if he manages to latch onto a couple, Leedsy.
It'll be a very quick handball. Thrown back in. Centre wing. Commentary side of the ground. Meese gets the stoppage, little handball. Banner, who's had a couple of touches, goes to half forward, fisted away at ground level now. Mark on, gives the looping handball. Gibbons can run onto it, gave the handball further on to Ty in the pocket. Goals Shawley, Masters top of the square, gets round Mirren, gets the first of the afternoon. Willie 1-1-7, 5 gone, opening term, and that might just be the settler.
Yes, they needed that one, and it was a good goal. Good chain of handballs. Interesting, I was pointed out to Nick a little bit before, is 6 on 6 forward and ahead of the ball for both sides. So they need a team playing with a spare, which will make the contest quite absorbing. I would have thought at this moment Willie would have had far more of the ball. Adam might be able to confirm that with us, or where the situation now. Marks certainly would be more for Box Hill.
Yeah, Box Hill's had 9 marks already. Williamstown for the inside 50s, 3-1.
Ed Carr with a job on Sammy Isles at the moment. That's the result of that free kick Langford trying to get in his path, but that's a very key matchup, and obviously Andy Collins picked up the damage Isles can do.
It's on the sen.com.au scoreboard. 7 playing nothing. Williamstown, the better of the start. 6 minutes into the opening quarter. Back in the middle. Ball just spilling free. Jolly did well just to trap the ball. Worked it nicely to Mark on. Handball over the top into the path here of Gibbons. He can run onto it and kick the ball deep inside 50, but it's going to be turned over. Heatherley is there and takes the mark for Box Hill, who kicks across the ground into the path here of Howe, who set a task near the boundary line. Does well to pick it up. The igniter just corralling him, then giving him a little push for good measure. The handball managed to come out though, and this has worked out okay for Box Hill as they just look to release the footy. Simpkin, good last week in the win over Sandringham. He kicks up the line for Box Hill, falls to the back. Charleston gets into position. Fawkes set his teammate Fay a bit of a task, and they eventually turn it over. The ball on the outboard handball to Willsmore. He's 60 from goal. He sets sail with a big long ball into the goal square. Is it going to bounce through? No. It just sat on its point and went straight up in the air, and Brad Mangan sees it over. That's the first score for Box Hill. They're 1 behind. Williamstown 1-1-7. 7 gone in the opening quarter. sen.com.au scoreboard.
Brought back in to Mangan, who takes it defensive pocket. Such a lethal left foot he's got on him, Dallas Willsmore. Here's Mangan with a long right boot, wanting a big mark. In the end, the fist over the line was inevitable, and they'll toss it in.
Any other major matchups, guys, to note so far, early stages?
Jolly with Simpkin on ball as well. They're probably both best players for either side, so it'll be an intriguing battle.
Interesting to see where they come on and off with each other, Nick. Probably not, will they? Be a team.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Interestingly, Collins went up in the ruck against Meese there to give them a chop out. Marcon's got it, but Simpkin's got him. They run him over the line, and they'll toss it in. Half forward now for the Hawks.
Marcon started very well, leads in, Pete. Nick, he's been influential, hasn't he? Got a very good year.
3 disposals.
His impact's been good.
toss back in. Meese wins the tap. Out the back nicely for Banner, who's under the pump for Miles. Gee, Jed Anderson just volleyed it. Got it to the top of the square. Williamstown. Oh, Mangan fisted it 15 straight over the line. Deliberate paid. There wasn't much art in that, was
right,
there?
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. Little ball in is okay. The shot wasn't taken, and it's marked by Sicily, who'll kick on the 45-degree angle with about 40 to cover.
Disappointing. They've really owned the first 7-8 minutes of this contest, and one slip-up or error like that, and now gives Box Hill the opportunity to kick their first goal.
What are the inside 50s, Adam?
Inside 50s as we speak are 4 apiece.
So Sicily, such a damaging player throughout the year, kicked 5 in one of their earlier encounters. He starts with a magnificent finish from the pocket here. Sicily gets the Hawks first of the afternoon. It's 1-1-7 apiece. 9 gone opening term for sen.com.au.
I'd like to get your thoughts as a player, Nick, from someone who loves the game. What do you think should be the minimum distance allowable before a mark can be paid from a kick? Do you have a concern with that? I think it's got to go at least 20. If the umpire's not sure, I reckon in doubt, play on.
Yep, 20 metres. 20 metres is my response before you said that as well. I just think for the game to, yeah, well, I think 20 is far enough because it gives and allows the defender time to get in it and probably interrupt that kick a little bit too.
Interesting to see how far that kick would have gone.
12 marks to 5 in favour of Box Hill.
That's where they're very strong.
VFL coverage brought to you by Tyre Power. Get the power of Tyre Power's footy final sale. Ball back in the middle. Just pegged them back. Ty into the ruck here for Williamstown. And now the handball over the top's being cut off. Coming through, Nick Singh for Williamstown. Wheeler does well, finds Mark on. They're on that outer side. He goes inboard. This is okay, as you heard. Conway goes across the ground. He's turned it over.
That's a couple inside the 50, Nick, now. They've turned it over, haven't they?
Yeah,
they can't do that because they'll belch on the rebound.
As we see this rebound happening, and that is an excellent mark taken by Collins for Box Hill, and they keep on running too, but Collins has spotted out Charleston, who kicks up the line, and now let's see what they can do on the overlap here, Williamstown, and that's a professional free kick. Clouston took the mark, he was just held back.
Heavy strapping, boys, on his right knee. Just come off the ground, get some strapping on that.
Thank you, Mark Stone on the boundaries line with Glenn Hill. This kicks out of bounds on the full.
You know him well, Stoney. Is he injured? Is that just a bit of age and weariness?
He spoke to the doctor just as he come off, so I reckon he's been carrying it, Fitzy.
Okay.
Never have I seen so many boundary riders in my life before, all sitting next to one another. I reckon Nathan Templeton's in trouble down there as the kick goes up the line. Clouston got into front position, couldn't finish it off. Gallucci just ran into a brick wall, managed to get the handball back to Ty. He's kicked up towards forward 50, a clean bowls the pack. Here's Donnell, he swoops on the ball, handball across. Here's the igniter. Can he get him started? Kick on goal. Yes, he did. Oh, he's getting involved early. Look at him go. Anthony Anastasio, the igniter's got it on the board for Williamstown. They're 2-1-13. Box Hill 1-1-7. We've got 11 and a half in the opening quarter. sen.com.au scoreboard.
Box Hill, you see,
Carmella Coburg, isn't he?
Box Hill, they love to set up off half back at the moment. What's happening is Williamstown's finding a way just to penetrate that, and it doesn't look clean, but just that footy there is a little scrubber kick that just penetrated that line. And the minute you can do that, they've got the small forwards. We talk about Anastasio, Gallucci, Lockwood. These guys, if the ball's on the ground, they're very, very dangerous, and they can't afford Box Hill defenders to give these guys any time and space.
Higher the level of footy, the more impact turnovers have.
Bounce down is not flash. We'll go again.
Oh, just see him go, Leedsy.
I did notice that there was some genuine excitement on the field and in the commentary box. Gee, they'd love him to get involved throughout the afternoon. Here's Segler and Ty. Ty gets the kick going forward to half forward for the goals. Masters and Litherland. Litherland's first there, gives the handball back to Mirror. High ball to the wing. He's under pressure and it's gone out of bounds on the full. So Jolly to take the kick, centre wing.
Early days, Willie would be very happy with their pressure, causing some errors by foot
most definitely
to Box Hill.
Yeah, don't look overawed. The goals here for Jolly. Long ball to half forward, going back Spanger. Couldn't quite hold on to it out the back. The Hawks have got numbers. Locke gives the handball across to Mirror. Oh, under pressure from Conway. Just got it away. High tackler fancy against Anastasio. And it'll be the Hawks' ball. Back pocket inside their defensive 50. Miles goes with his right boot just for Anderson, who really led hard and took it in the bread basket. He's going to go with his left boot down the line to Tupu on the end of it. Long way up the ground. He gives the handball back inboard. Howe under pressure. Turnover might be on here. Little tumbling kick. Lands in the arms of the Hawks though. Whitecross got it from Willsmore onto Langford. Gets around the tackle. Not the second one. Good stuff, Jolly. Won it back. Williamstown still fighting hard. Carr turned it over. Hawks might be a chance, but the pressure is magnificent from Wheeler. Dragged to Tupu to ground. Ball to be won at ground level again. And the umpire's going to come in and toss it up. Half forward for the Hawks. 13-7. 14 gone opening term.
We talk about the influence of Lock and Isles, both statless at the moment. 13 minutes gone.
And it's a Tupu, grabbed it out of the ruck, put it inside 50, but it's been marked by Charleston for Williamstown, who tries to cut inboard, get around the traffic, and does well. Spots up Gallucci, who takes it, wants to go on with it. He's sort of having to run an interesting path to get through that traffic. He did it well and found Masters right on the legendary sign. Medallion Club side of the ground here at Etihad Stadium. He kicks long inside the 50. Bit of holding going on. 50-50 contest, said the umpire. I like that. And it goes to the boundary line. We'll have it thrown in. I know the Williamstown crowd don't, but you want to see as much free play as possible, as we'll have it thrown in 48 around from the Williamstown goal. Good crowd building up. Not quite 23,000 as we saw last year. We'll get a final figure later on in the day. So the handball slid out. Here's Anastasio again. He's just pushed off his kick. He goes across the face up to the top of the goal square. Right into the path here of Conway, who tries to get around Mirror. He did it well in the end and straightens up from the boundary line. Oh, yes! Dylan Conway. What a great goal. That is goal of the day so far. Williamstown off to a flyer. 3-1-19. Box Hill 1-1-7. 15 gone the opening quarter. The sen.com.au scoreboard.
Willie winning the ball back. Adam, what have you got tackle-wise for us?
Tackles as we speak. Box Hill 9, Williamstown 7.
Okay, it's just been the effectiveness, I reckon, of the Williamstown tackles, Nick. You think
it's also their ability to close the space and probably put the pressure on Box Hill with their disposal. At the moment, they can't find an effective target because of that closing of space by the Williamstown players. It's big finals. Got to stick those sort of tackles, Dave Mirren. Can't allow players that time and space inside 50, especially guys as creative as Conway.
So
Segler. 6 on 6 forward of the ball, each team. Good
to see, isn't it? It's an entertaining game to watch at the moment. Segler beaten by Meese, but it got down to Simkin, who tumbles it inside the 50. Sicily went the volley, couldn't quite make it work. Charleston at ground level, flicked the handball out the back. They're out of trouble through Singh, who gets 45 metres on the kick. It tumbles over. He gets the desired result and no free kick.
We've got hello to Andrew, who's listening to our Peter Jackson VFL live coverage, driving through the Dubai desert. Come on, Hawks, he says.
Where's that, Pete?
This is Andrew, who's tweeted into us, listening in Dubai. We are worldwide today, Fitzy.
He's got some spare water on board. Here's Langford.
Don't break down.
Tight confines against Gibbons. And also Whitecross. A couple of balls going at it. Wheeler gets the handball out to Carr, who finds Banner. Back to Jolly, back underground to Carr, under pressure but good enough to get it away to Wheeler, who goes down the line. He's not going to get a mark, is he? Evans was in there, he just couldn't quite hold on to it. It's knocked on for Langford, who gets it away. Simkin tracks it down the wing, but he was pushed as he kicked, and it'll be a Williamstown ball on the wing.
Good pressure, Willie, though, isn't it? Again, caused a kicking error. Got the ball back.
Get down to Hilly in a moment. Notice Matt Spanger getting a bit of a rub down there. Coming off the ground. 17 gone in this opening quarter. 19 play 7. Williamstown doing the attacking early stages of the grand final. The ball off hands, and now another chance here for the Seagulls as we've got a kick at goal. Another one. Gee, they're lining up here. Stand by. It's Cameron Lockwood who's kicked the goal. And they're putting the marker down, the Seagulls. They're 4-1-25. Box Hill 1-1-7. 17 and a half gone the opening quarter. sen.com.au scoreboard.
Just looking at the midfield battle, and we spoke about it before the game. Wheeler, Jolly, Banner, 4, 5 and 5 for a total of 14 touches versus Locke, Simpkin and Isles, the three between them. So that's probably where it is at the moment in terms of both sides. And we spoke about the ability for both sides to have such influence through their midfield. Definitely you can see the result by getting first hands on the footy from a Williamstown perspective.
Andy Collins, just every player that comes off, having a little chat to each player, encouraging the players and really instructing from the boundary fits, which is obviously a modern thing to do these days.
Yeah, I still don't think it's the best option. You get up here and look what you can see, unless he wants to interact, Stoney, I'm not sure. But yeah, I would have thought coaches came upstairs because they could see better. So it's an interesting concept for Andy. He's a great coach.
Here's Segler, Mark on, wins it down, got it across to Banner, who's really starting to rack up the numbers, goes to half forward. Gallucci leads the race, but he's worked out of it. Good contest from Evans. And they'll toss it in, half forward flank.
Hilly, down to you. Rotations going aplenty for Box Hill, but no sign of panic yet.
No sign of panic just yet. And you mentioned Matt Spanger a couple of moments ago. He's back on the field and looks in good nick.
Segler. White crosses first there, gets away from the tackle, got it away. Gee, trouble here for Howe, but he was good enough to back around. Dangerous kick through the middle, turns it over. Carr takes the mark. Williamstown have another chance to go inside 50. He's on the wing, got an option inboard, but he's ignored that and heads to the pocket, ties the tool. Timber couldn't quite bring it to ground. Donnell did. His kick was partially smothered. Heads to the Pomo spot. Comes out the back, Gibbons, left foot kick smothered by Lawler, spills to lock. Hawks will work their way out of trouble. Long ball from Miles, finds Isles, and now the Hawks can reload from half back.
They can, as he tries to get around Isles. He did that well around Johnston. He kicks up towards centre half forwards. Sicily got the hands up, couldn't complete the mark. In fact, it wasn't Sicily, it was Lawler. Ball off hands, now an opportunity. Langford works it back to Isles. Inside 51, grab out the second. Is it going to be paid? No. Play on, the umpire said. Williamstown looked to clear, but only temporarily because Langford's come in and taken the mark. He's 55 from goal. And now he just puts it up long and high, looking for Spanger. He flew high, couldn't complete it. Mark on at the back, he fumbles it over the boundary line. We'll have it thrown in. Now the Williamstown defence under pressure.
Speaking of pressure, Pete, Box Hill need the next goal. Just feel of the game. I don't know what you boys are seeing, but they're in a little bit of trouble at the moment.
25 plays 7. We've played 20 minutes in this opening quarter. sen.com.au scoreboard. Tutupu gets the ball down. A kick's been smothered, trying to work his way through his Curry. Did well, he's got Charleston there, handball across, it's over the line. And the umpire will say, throw it in. Our VFL coverage brought to you by Tyre Power's Woody Final Sale with Toyo. Buy 3, get 1 free offer. Go to tyrepower.com.au.
Some of your thoughts, Nick, but they're better at the fall of the ball, Williamstown.
Definitely at the moment, a lot cleaner. And then from there, from a 50-50 contest, allowing players on the outside to run efficiently.
Chance for Simpkin, who goes around the body and he's just got it, Jono. He just did enough. There was only half a chance for him, and you spoke about them needing one. They just managed it out of nothing.
Out of very, very little leads, wasn't it?
Well, we speak about the fact that obviously at the moment it's been all Williamstown at this point, but we touched on the fact that the midfields are such a huge part of both sides and how they play footy. The guys we spoke about, Locke, Isles, Simpkin, haven't had the involvement they need to. The minute they get themselves in the game and they're an elite players at this level, and they will at some stage have an impact on this contest, don't be surprised if Box Hill are going to be rolling kick 2 or 3 in a row.
How many stats has Simpkin had, Adam?
Jonathan Simpkin, I will get back to you on that one there, Fitz. He's had 4 disposals, but the inside 50 count is 9 for Williamstown, 8 for Box Hill. You talk about clean inside 50 ball use, it's just about even in terms of entries.
sen.com.au scoreboard, 4-1-25 Williamstown, Box Hill 2-1-13. We've played 21.5 minutes in this opening quarter. Peter Jackson, VFL live today. A quick extraction here. Willie Wheeler in the middle of the ground for Williamstown. Sets a long, high ball. They fly. Donnell couldn't get a clean run at it. Ball falls to ground. It's a dangerous footy. Handball over the top. In the corner here is Conway again. He wants to have a ping and he just misses from the other side this time.
You had a mate at the top of the square too, boys.
4-2-26. Plays 2-1-13. 22 minutes gone the opening quarter. If you had been in the coach's box, Fitzy, I reckon you might have just gotten on the phone about that time.
Yeah, you would have hoped he saw Sam Donnell there, but he didn't.
So the Hawks to bring it back in. Wanting a mark from Sicily, but it's Meese who stands tall.
A terrific year, hasn't he?
Celebrated his 27th birthday during the week. Just waddles in, tumbles a little old ball inside the 50, causes some carnage there, spills for Simpkin, had it stolen, Jolly, round the corner, missed. but they are under pressure, Hawks. Jolly just slid across to the right-hand side. 4-3-27, plays 2-1-13, 23 gone.
5 disposals for Ben Jolly.
This ball comes back in. The long ball outside the 50 is deep. Meese and Mangan flying there for Williamstown. Ball to ground. Off hands, Dave Fay puts Williamstown straight back in. Forward pocket sort of style. Oh! Big grab taken by Donnell. He was under all sorts of pressure. And he's taken it. He's in the forward pocket. He will have a shot at goal about 30 metres out, but on a tight angle. What a great mark.
Especially against Headley, one of their premier defenders, for especially in the Box Hill back half. He had a huge impact last week for Box Hill. Just hadn't seen the same sort of run and carry from him thus far today.
Easy for you to say, Nick. Sammy Donnell, 20 goals. 41 goals for 20 games, and he misses near side.
It's been a very, very good recruit for Willie.
Certainly has. 4-4-28, playing 2-1-13. sen.com.au scoreboard. 23 minutes, almost 24 minutes gone in this opening quarter.
So next kick though, Leedsy, Pete, Nick, they've got this first one, kicking it in, but they're having trouble getting some good ball movement from back 50.
Mirror just forced to go long with this one. Out the back, Headley thought he had it for a moment. Donnell just kept him out of the contest nicely. Curry was there to mop it up, got it on to Mangan. Handball Jolly, handball back to Mangan, and the big fella released Curry with a beautiful handball. Oh, his kick smothered. And it came to Headley. Released the long ball to the wing, and the marker's taken it now. Grimley's out the back. Collins takes it. He kicks it in front of Sam, who runs onto it and takes the mark. It was a beautifully weighted kick, and Grimley can go back quickly and think about passing before he elects to take the shot on goal from just on the 50 with a 45-degree angle.
He does this very well, Grimley. You'll watch him today. He'll get up to the wings, up and around the logos, and then get out the back very easily. Because size now compressed so much, you'll see the Williamstown defenders, and it's important. And Dave Fay does it very well. Peter Fawkes does it very well, actually sitting back and almost playing a bit of a quarterback role. Need to be very careful of Grimley getting at the back like he just did then. Yeah,
they lost their shape behind the ball there, Williamstown.
It's a stuttering run in. He sends it on its way, and it just drags to the left. One behind. 2-2-14. Box Hill trail Williamstown 4-4-28, 25 gone in this opening quarter.
We'll get a look at Box Hill zone here now, fellas. The Willie zone's been very good.
As Johnston kicks to himself and then looks to go short to Charleston, who takes the mark.
It's this next one though, Pete, isn't it?
It is.
Good sides get the second and third one.
Well, the short option's Jolly. That's going to be ignored by Charleston, who kicks long. Clouston, wow, gee, he was out of that contest there almost unrealistically, I would have thought. Littleton getting his hands on it. There's Ignite, a good handball as well. Handball over the top. Clouston again. Got to find a runner. It's Willie Wheeler who kicks up towards the 50. Will this stay in? It does just.
Good kick.
Bounces in front of Masters. They gain 50 metres and the umpire will throw the ball back in.
So that's pretty good movement from the kick in into the forward 50, isn't it? I reckon Box Hill have had trouble doing that. Williamstown did that very well.
So the ball to be thrown back in. 26 gone in the opening quarter. I hope you're enjoying the action wherever you're listening to us. Peter Jackson, VFL Live. I've been with you all season. As the ball's thrown back in. Wheeler went past him in the end. And out of bounds on the full is the end result. That was a bad kick by Jed Anderson. But another opportunity here for the Seagulls to push inside 50.
So Jolly has
Simpkin
it.
getting a bit more ball now, Adam.
Who was that?
Simpkin.
Jonathan Simpkin is up to 6.
Jolly with a long ball inside the 50. Spanger sits underneath it. Might have been worked out of it. Miles takes it off the pack. Just a hurried kick. Collins got underneath it. Now Grimley's got to go to work on Fawkes. One-on-one on the wing. Little bit of jumper in each other's hands. Allowed to go on. Isles arrives. Fawkes dragged it in. He's under all sorts of pressure here. Ooh, they're going to toss it up on the wing.
It's a bit lucky there, Pete.
I think so.
I went ball up.
Did you? Oh, okay. I thought you were signalling he raked it in.
No, I'm signalling ball up.
Okay. The umpire agreed with
Might
you.
have been a few nervous Williamstown fans there. Wheeler around the corner. Masters takes the mark. He's in front of Spanger there.
He's come on well, this boy, hasn't he, as a player?
Yeah, he's been damaging at both ends this year, and he goes inside the 50. Not a
Is that the
great
third
kick.
one, Nick, that they've turned over inside the forward?
It is, and it's probably Lee Masters' knock. Unfortunately, he's been awesome for them. Even the start of this game today, but even last week, probably kicked two of the most important goals for Williamstown's year. So just got to use his disposal a little bit neater.
Yeah.
Miles to lock to Langford, out of wing. He goes down the line. He's turned it over. So Singh gets in the way, drives a quick ball to Clouston, wants to go quickly.
There's nothing
turns,
on.
swings, Lockwood the target or a goal. Lockwood might just leave it, it's fisted over. Terrific stuff from Heatherly. Desperate stuff on the line. 4-5-29 Williamstown to Box Hill 2-2, 14-28 gone opening term.
As the kick outs, now they've
Great
got some
kick.
space here, the Hawks. It went straight to Lawler. He's got a teammate running alongside. Look in the Anderson direction. He can't pick it up. It's off hands. And Isles will see it over right in front of our boundary team. Hilly, what can you see from boundary level?
There's plenty of action down boundary side. We've had a lot of rotation so far in this first quarter. We'll be watching Will Langford closely just to see whether his time is monitored today.
Ball thrown back in. Glenn Hill, Mark Stone on the boundary for us today. Expanded team. Langford works it through. Mark on. Did well in traffic for Williamstown. He 360, then brought it back to Carr. Carr, just a little up and under kick inside the 50. Spanger the first in the race, but it bounced away from him. Now made time to put that Williamstown player under pressure. The ball going nowhere, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. That player, Lee Masters, was hovering around, but there's a few of them in there. The midfield working nicely for Willie. It was Gibbons who now picks it up from the right contest, trying to break his way through, can't do so. Jolly just goes off a step inside 50 towards the forward pocket. Bounce beat Heatherly, he's got to go back in and pick it up again. Williamstown doing well, the attacking players just getting there first to the footy. And
Good umpiring there, boys.
as we have here on 11-16 SEN, they're the last to leave as well. We'll have the ball thrown up. Deep inside attack here for Williamstown. 29 gone, 29 plays 14, sen.com.au scoreboard.
Meese knocked it down, hacked it out of mid-air. Simpkins on the end of it, gives it to the run of Locke, and the Hawks are breaking from half-back. Lawler back to Locke, he takes them on dangerously. Terrific chase from Lockwood. He gets it back, does Cam. Little ball to half-forward, and now Williamstown looking dangerous again. Gibbons has it, 60 from home. He looks inside the 50, but it's pretty congested in there. He's going to kick a long ball to the pocket. Heads to that area of the ground. No mark to Donnell. Hawks had first numbers there at ground level. Langford tackled, lost it. Gallucci snaps the goal from absolutely nothing. We talked about the opportunism of their forwards, and then he just lets the Hawks know, does Gallucci. I reckon he fancies a bit of that sort of stuff. He gets the goal. Mirror's having a fistful of his jumper.
Clouston in there as well.
Well, there's a bit of feeling. Box Hill stuck on 2-2-14 at the 30-minute mark of the opening term. Williamstown 5-5-35.
Stats in the modern game, boys, I think are intriguing for coaches, but drive us nuts of how many goals so far today have come from turnovers. There's a turnover by hand from Locke.
Yep.
Resulted in the goal. Locke could have taken the long kick to space. I think would have been okay. Gave the ball back to the opposition, cost a goal. There's been a few of those.
At the Power of Tyre Power's footy final sale, Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer. Go to tyrepower.com.au. We're back in the middle. Closing in on quarter time of the grand final. And we're going to have another ball thrown up. 35 plays 14, sen.com.au scoreboard. Almost 31 minutes gone.
Great start by Willie. Pete leads it. Great start.
They put the marker down. As Sigler getting his hands to it, but straight down to Carr. Dribbles the ball forward. There's the igniter, Anastasio. He kicks a long high ball inside 50. It's breaking the pack nicely with Ty. His handball was 360 in the end. It spills free. Now an opportunity for Sicily. He's working down back. Can't get much up forward at the moment. He handballs across. He finds Howe, who goes back into the middle of the ground. And he finds Langford. Langford.
Kick.
Oh, that's an excellent kick. You're right. He's gone to Litherland, who closes to 55. Inside 50, Grimley comes out and takes the mark. In fact, it was Whitecross who kicked that ball in and found Grimley nicely. And he will line up and have a shot. Very kickable range for Sam Grimley, the Frosty Miller medalist, the co-Frosty Miller medalist for the leading goal kicker in the Peter Jackson VFL, and he'll kick from 35 outs.
If Box Hill can start cutting up by foot, and we talk about their elite kicking, Langford's ability there to hit a target so far across the ground, if they can start moving the footy like that, we can see Box Hill hit the scoreboard fairly easily.
In he comes, Sam Grimley. 45 goals out of 20 games for the entire season, and he's missed. 2-3-15, plays 5-5-35, 32 minutes gone in the opening quarter, sen.com.au scoreboard.
Langford's had it 8 times, guys.
Yes, that was a great kick in the corridor, wasn't it? Grimley let him down there. It was a poor kick to go.
Couple of ordinary shots early for Sam. Long ball out from Johnston here. Mirrors at the back. He's well tackled by Donnell. Quarter time. A really good start for the Gulls. 5-5-35 Williamstown. Box Hill 2-3-15. That first quarter brought to you by sen.com.au.
And the goal kickers to quarter time for Williamstown. They're all singles. Conway, Lockwood, Masters, Anastasio and Gallucci. And for Box Hill, Simpkin and Sicily, the goal kickers to quarter time. 20-point margin here at Etihad Stadium. We'll take a break. We'll get the thoughts of our team in the back row. Nick Carnell and Jared Fitzgerald. Stoney and Hilly will be in the huddles. Plenty to look forward to. And make sure you get the power of Tyre Power's footy final sale, Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer. Go to tyrepower.com.au. 35 plays 15 in a quarter time. This is the 2015 Peter Jackson VFL Grand Final. The official supporter venue of the Peter Jackson VFL. Here we go, second quarter action. Peter Jackson VFL Live, 11:16 SEN Aussie Digital, VFL.com.au and the Red Time Sport iPhone app. 35 plays 15, Williamstown leading. Here's Michael Leeds.
Jolly just worked off the footy. Segler got a little toe poke. Out the back, Marcon was first there for Williamstown. Little right foot over the top, well weighted. Unfortunately, Masters couldn't hold on to it, but straight away they're inside the 50. Another quick ball. Out the back is Conway. He's worked off the footy. Donnell's there in support. Good tackle, Litherland. Spilt to Conway. Back to Donnell. Neat hands. Just a little slick in the end. And the Hawks have turned it over. Mirror, Howe, Isles. Dangerous ball, but effective. And Whitecross takes it in the back pocket. Again, a dangerous ball, but again, neat enough. O'Rourke pick up the half volley, and then he released them. Evans gets on the end of it. He blasts that left foot inside the 50. First back is Fahey. He's got a challenge on his hand to Tupu's there. He wrestled it away, and then he had it wrestled off him. Good contest at ground level. Neither side giving an inch, and they'll toss it up 40 out from the Hawks' goal line.
Willie did well there, fellas. They're in a bit of trouble.
And they're still under pressure. Meese trying to come through. No one can break clear. Willie Wheeler, the last with his hands on it. The umpire will come in again. The roof closed here at Etihad Stadium. Whistle over the shoulder. Free kick, Williamstown. We'll go to Meese. Incidentally, they split their meetings during the home and away season 1-1. Round 10, it was Box Hill getting the win. But then the final round of the home and away season, Williamstown in a close one, before heading into the finals, finishing first and third on the ladder. We'll have the ball thrown in right in front of our commentary position, the Medallion Club side of the ground. 35 plays 15 here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Jolly was dispossessed by Langford. Lawler goes around the body inside 50 for Box Hill. Just one hand there, dangerous from the defence. Here's Anderson. Oh, he slipped the tackle beautifully. Shot at goal, brilliant along the ground. He's got it. Magnificent stuff, Jed Anderson. It started a little bit further on. He just ducked underneath. He had the composure and he dribbled it along the ground. That is a beauty from Jed. And he's kicked his first for today. Williamstown 5-5-35. Box Hill Hawks 3-3-21. 2 gone second quarter. Munich Brauhaus scoreboard.
Well, another one, Jed Anderson at the moment, who just probably hasn't had the usual influence he has on the contest. And we talk about the major ball winners out on the ground at the moment. Banner, Jolly and Wheeler with 9, 9 and 7. And Mirror, Langford and Willsmore 8, 8 and 7. So you haven't got that midfield mix of the Box Hill guys we've touched on at the moment. But I think for the better part of this part of this second quarter, the midfield's been owned by Box Hill.
Defensively, Jed Anderson leading the tackle count for Box Hill with 5.
Yeah, extraordinary player. One of the few that matches his contested wins with his uncontested for possession. And gee, can do some stuff when he's got the foot in his hands. Segler has Carr in the middle, will do it all again.
How do you see Meese's game so far, fellas? I think he's doing well.
He's been excellent, given them first use.
Yep. He's going to work again. Got Langford here in the tackle. We're going nowhere.
And the thing is, we'll see that time after time after
Yes, we
time.
will,
He will do that for 90% of the game.
That's right, he won't change.
He's got an amazing tank.
Yes, he has.
Amazing stamina.
Genuine ruckman, isn't he? Bit undersized, but he knows the position.
Segler, Lock, Langford, Fortuitous, comes away inside the 50, missed the target. Out the back, Williamstown win the day in the defensive 50. A long ball to the wing. Wheeler's got to go to work. Oh, good stuff from Whitecross. He stood his ground. Released Simpkin. Long ball inside the 50. Fawkes dived, but the ball evaded him and tumbled over the line.
Just the last two inside 50s from Box Hill. Both, it's not the way they usually move the football inside forward 50. They're both missed targets, and by missed targets, when I talked about that, about 10 or 15 metres. It's just un-Box Hill like at the moment.
It is.
Deep in the Hawks forward line, Segler won it down. Simpkin, oh, he had half a chance. Banner likewise to Tupu. Little left foot snap. The big fella's done the business and it just shaved the left-hand post on the way through. We would have enjoyed that, the big man. And it's one behind. 3-4-22, the Hawks. Williamstown 5-5-35.
As you did, Leedsy. Just wanting to try and call a big goal. Hasn't quite happened yet as the ball goes long outside 50 here for Williamstown. Front position, well done by Masters. He picks up the ball and runs into the middle of the ground. Gee, they've opened it up. Not much happening up ahead though as Clouston wheels around. He's looking for Donnell. He'll find it on the paint of 50. He needs to trap the ball. It bounced away from him and over the line. We'll have it thrown in. If you're listening to us, wherever you're listening to us around the world today, at Red Time Sport, send us a tweet. We want to know where you're getting us on Peter Jackson VFL Live this afternoon. It's into it.
Hope the fellow on the desert's still all right, Pete.
I'm sure he'll be fine. He's in Dubai, magnificent part of the world too. Can't wait to get back there as the ball near the line. Isles keeps it in for Box Hill. He's pushed over the line. The umpire says, that's a fair contest. We'll throw it in.
Don't think there's a tag with Isles now, Nick.
No, I think it's been broken. Well, Carr's still with him, but it just doesn't seem as tight as it was, especially at the start of the game.
Might be more run width now.
35 plays 22 as the ball's tossed back in. Grabbing it out of the ruck was Conway. Handball over the top. Gibbons and all sorts of strife. He's coughed it up. O'Rourke did really well. And they're away. Yep, they've got time now as this kick from Whitecross goes to that outer side. Grimley, long way from home. He's on centre wing on the outer side. He brings the ball inboard, did really well to O'Rourke again. And he kicks up the line here, John O'Rourke. Gee, bit of pressure there on 50. Lock comes in for Box Hill. Handball over the top is dangerous. Trying to get hands to it is Sicily. He's ridden into the ground, going absolutely nowhere. Ball's held up. The umpire will say throw it up. Half forward for Box Hill, who trail 5-5-35 to 3-4-22. 6 gone, second quarter. Munich Brauhaus scoreboard, the official supporter venue, the Peter Jackson VFL. Pork knuckle as big as your head, Leedsy.
Here's Givens, round the corner, down the line. Oh, good win for Conway, who just watched the footy a little closer than his opposition. Goes to half forward. Clouston leapt up high and took a really neat mark, and now they've got space. He goes long. He wants a mark from Anastasio. He couldn't take it. He bounces up nicely. Got support to Nell. Anastasio went and missed the footy. He goes back and lays a good tackle on Miles. We've got it away to Whitecross. Good tackle from him by Carr. Spills to Anastasio again. Handball out the back to Lucci. He couldn't quite pick up the footy. Terrific desperation from the Hawks. And they'll toss it up. Deep in the forward pocket.
Then, boys,
was he ever, Fitzy?
Second,
was he ever?
Then, and it's still there, 20-odd from goal.
You want him in your team, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
There's the ball here off hands. Went through Jolly's hands. Little handball over the top. Dangerous. Now Box Hill with a bit of strength and a bit of time. Handball over the top is dangerous into the path here of O'Brien. It's right near the boundary line. Nick Singh tackles him. And we'll have it thrown in.
Just want to touch on John O'Rourke then. Come out of half back, and we spoke about before the ability of Williamstown to have a quarterback. Dave Fay played that role perfectly then. O'Rourke looked up and had nothing to go to, and then it caused a turnover and allowed a Williamstown player to close that space, and now they've got a stoppage. It's not the player there, but Dave Fay's set up and worked behind the footy has caused this boundary throw in.
Ball thrown back in. Well, trying to just hack it forward as Simpkin eventually. It falls to Ed Carr for Williamstown. His handball partially smothered. Now it's in dispute. Taken high Sicily every day of the week. And he will take the free kick. Medallion Club side centre wing. Oh, and wanting to go on with it too. Collins getting involved with Ed Carr. A bit of push and shove sort of stuff. Emergency umpire out. Nothing in it. Oh. Sort of.
Two blokes with no consideration for next week. So if tempers flare, they'll be into it.
Is it double weeks in the VFL?
Sorry?
If you get suspended, double weeks?
Not sure, Pete. I should know that, and I don't.
Whitecross to Sicily.
Well, your players would never get involved in that sort of stuff.
Only 5 free kicks in the game so far, guys.
Yeah, it's been allowed to go on, hasn't it? Sicily has it, centre wing. He's going to kick inside the 50 to Tupu's the target, and he takes the mark. In front of Fawkes.
Needed a third up there, didn't they? Because Fawkes is a terrific defender one-on-one, Nick.
He is.
Isn't he?
Yep.
Terrific. He's play for the state and he's played AFL footy. Just a good, honest player, but he needed help then from a third up.
So Shem, across the ditch to Etihad Stadium, and he's just dragged this to the left. It's a nice kicking action, but just dragged it left. So Box Hill 3-5-23, trail 5-5-35, almost 9 gone, second term.
They are coming from everywhere, Leedsy. At Red Time Sport, hello to Sean, listening in Townsville, North Queensland. Tell you what, they will be up and about up there in North Queensland. The Cowboys into the NRL decider, magnificent. We'll get to some more in a moment, but this ball's come outside the 50 and it's fisted towards the line. We'll have it thrown in. Chris Lynch, listening on the Gold Coast, loving the Hawks. Good on you. And Joe Ryan, listening from Long Beach, California, listening to our coverage. At Red Time Sport is where you can find us. We want to know where in the world you're listening to us as the ball's thrown in. Tie at the back here for Williamstown, but sharked beautifully by Langford. This is what he does so well, except he didn't finish it nicely. He pushed it across the face and threw for a behind. From 40 out, 5-5-35 plays 3-6-24. We've gone 9.5 minutes in the second quarter. The Munich Brauhaus get down to Munich every Friday night. Free keep tapping happening down there.
Right.
Oktoberfest just around the corner, Leedsy.
Curry, you won't get any of those at the Munich Brauhaus, but he does have a footy. Back 50, drives a long ball. He wants another big mark here. Donnell flies, and he couldn't take it on the second bite. Masters is there, releases the handball to Gibbons, and now they're away. Look at the speedsters in action. Gallucci, he wanted Anastasio. He was stripped of the footy. Desperate stuff from the Hawks. Gallucci, good tackle. Anastasio over the top to Gibbons. They go inside the 50, and Meese takes the mark. Not long enough. In fact, it's Ty. The big man shows some dexterity, goes to the pocket. It's picked up right on the line by Conway. Handball, chance for Wheeler, hits the post.
And one handball too many.
After all that, one behind is the end result. Williamstown 36, Box Hill 24, 10.5 gone, second term.
Yeah, just went one too many as Miles kicks to himself. Dangerous for Mirror. In comes a fist from Mark on. It's over the boundary line. And we'll have it thrown in inside 50 for Williamstown.
Where's the game tightened up most, Adam? Which are the stats that show? Was it winning the balls?
Disposals only at 15. Disposal difference right now for Williamstown. Clearances 17-16. That has evened up.
Get the power of Tyre Power's footy final sale as the ball's thrown back in. Working hard to the front is Isles. He was pushed off the footy. Gee, they're coming in hard at the moment, right near the boundary line. Isles really did well again. And he said O'Rourke running, who goes for a bit of a jog and now kicks long. It's an open 50. Lawler going to work here against Singh. Oh, they lost the handle and the ball bounced away from them. Fawkes is there. He's got the handball to Johnston for Williamstown. His kick's partially smothered. It ends up with Anderson for Box Hill. Oh, they have got the over the top here, Fitzy, and they will. Grimley will score one of the easiest goals of his career. He ran into an open goal square. And this time Sam gets his first on the board and things tightening up. It's 5-6-36 playing 4-6-30. 11.5 gone in this second quarter. Munich Brauhaus scoreboard.
No blame, no excuse. Goal from turnover.
Yep.
Ball smothered. Yeah, I mean, that's the game. I know that happens, but there's a hell of a lot of goals in the game now from turnovers. There's a classic.
We've been keeping 9 turnovers in this second term from direct open play, 3 from Williamstown, 1 from Box Hill in this second term so far.
We've just seen a lift in the defensive efforts of Box Hill, which are a result of the increase in the score. But I think their intent and around the balls that close that space. We spoke about Williamstown doing it so well in the first quarter. Box Hill have definitely lifted that area of their game.
The listeners from wherever they are, if you're not at the ground, the mood of the game's changed, isn't it?
Yep,
It's
absolutely.
tightened up.
Just from the boundary side, boys, it does seem that Box Hill have laid a lot more tackles this quarter than last.
Right, they're well down the first quarter.
Here's Anderson trying to work through traffic. He couldn't quite. It came back to mark on from Jolly. Looping handball for Carr. Inside the 50. Top of the square. No mark because it's a terrific, desperate effort from Gordon.
It was
who
a 2-on-1
fisted
though,
over.
Leedsy, wasn't it? Got back really well to get a 2-on-1, didn't he?
Yep. Yeah, read it nicely and then also had the gumption to take it on in the air. No consideration for his body.
No. You love that.
Yep. Toss back in. Howe fisted forward, and then likewise Anderson gains another 25 metres towards the line. Jolly gets there first, but it tumbles over.
Some more coming through. Ian Roberts, who's listening, 1 Mile Beach in Forster and listening to the VFL, sends a beautiful picture too. Look at your picture, looking forward to getting down there. Magnificent. Cam Lockwood's sister Emma and nephew Thomas listening from Hampshire in the UK.
Lovely.
Carr, well tackled from the stoppage. Langford goes in, Meese on top, and they'll toss it up.
Hazard listening too from Adelaide in South Australia, loving the Hawks, of course. At Red Time Sport, wherever you're listening around the world, to our Peter Jackson VFL live coverage.
Meese, neat stuff out the back, but only to lock. Found Simkin by hand. There's Langford, Mirror, down the line, wants a mark. It's 3 on 2 if they can get it to ground, but good stuff from Williamstown defenders. Sends it over the line and they'll toss it in centre wing.
You're right, Fitzy, it has tightened up.
Very much so, yeah. David Mirror's ability to get length with his kicks off a couple of steps is a great stat, isn't it? It's a good skill.
A very powerful player to play on too. So strong one-on-one in the contest.
Looks it.
Ball here in the path of Marcon from the throw-in. It's over the line. We will have it tossed back in.
So even that, Pete, a throw-in, but we've got another one as well now, haven't we? It's certainly, they are the symptoms of a game which is now tightened up.
Yep, as it goes into a bit of a lockdown mode, bit of a lull for the crowd as it's tossed back in. Meese, well, it fell to the back in the end. They've got the numbers. Langford slices through. Inside 50, Lawler has taken the mark. Yep, movement of the footy was excellent that time, and they just got the quick breakaway, and they were able to open up the space. And Paddy Lawler.
Clearances this quarter, Nick?
Oh, a bit of a dust-up too on the other side of the ground. A lot of pushing and shoving going on. Adam, we'll get to you.
Clearances, Box Hill 20, Williamstown 17.
Surprise, surprise, Ed Carr in the middle of that for Williamstown. 48 metres for Lawler to travel, and he misses.
The man on the mark, Pete, wasn't he?
He was for 7:31, place 5, 6:36. Williamstown leading Box Hill, 15 gone, second quarter. Munich Brauhaus scoreboard, the official supporter venue of the Peter Jackson VFL.
Johnston brings it back in for Willie. Tie flies, as did Donnell, but the Hawks just read it best and stayed down. Mirror receives a handball and then goes inside the 50. Oh, Fawkes spilt the mark, allows the Hawks in. Lawler, little toe poke, but Jolly's there to mop it up for Willie. He goes with a short ball, finds Charleston and lucks a fortune for the Gulls.
That one should be play on, boys. I reckon the game needs that. Otherwise, there'll be lots of uncontested footy for years and will drive us all nuts.
Here's Charleston down the line. Big fly from Clouston, fisted away Collins. At ground level, the Hawks win at Evans. Quickly to Mirror. Ball bounce avoided Lawler. Through the middle, Mark on releases. Got the handball from Fawkes. His kick's a shocker. The turnover's on Lock has it.
They didn't even look as the kick goes across the ground. Oh, dangerous. Speaking of which, Mangan comes in and takes the mark.
That's 4
he flew in front of Willsmore and he goes up the line. Carr, he's got outboard runners. Here's W squared, Willie Wheeler, who kicks the ball inside 50 into the pocket. It's not a good kick and it's going to be turned over again. Litherland takes the mark in the back pocket.
Pete, Leedsy and Nick, I think for the first time now, Willie have got one behind the ball. We might just watch that just behind the play for a moment.
So Litherland has the opportunity to play on and then kick long outside the 50. Oh, almost a push in the back, not paid. Fay comes in and takes the mark for Williamstown. Sets them back inside the 50. It's a long high ball. The fists come in. Who can pick it up? It's dangerous. Meese got hands to it but was worried off it. Here's Lock for Box Hill, who kicks on that outer side up to centre wing. Out to empty space. This should go to the boundary line. That'll be a good result for Box Hill. It will. And we'll have it tossed in half forward.
We'll get away with that one all the time. It's clearly deliberate, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think the game wants that to be called deliberate, really. I think the feel of the game, that's good footy.
7 combined turnovers in the last 2 passages of play.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple in a row there. It spills to ground from the stoppage. Langford couldn't take it. Carr did. Got it to Meese. Around the corner he goes. Good spoil from Miles on Masters, and they'll toss it in the centre wing.
Let's go to the boundary because Glenn Hill is standing by down there, and Matt Spanger, just a familiar position for him at the starts of the quarters, getting another rub down.
I think he quite enjoys it. But look, if he is tight in the hamstring, he is working it over. He has had about 3 treatments so far, but he looks to be moving perfectly once he's out there. So I think it's just one of those things where he likes to keep warm.
Isles from the stoppage, Miles. Oh, Segler, the big fella, spun out of the tackle, goes inside the 50, Anderson. Oh.
No good. Willie got one behind the ball, fellas.
And that's him at the moment.
Quick kicks like that are only going to be chopped off.
Yeah, especially when it's the likes of Fawkes, who goes to Johnston, who releases to Donnell on the wing.
He's got to be patient here, Leedsy, because Box Hill have got one spare.
He goes down the line,
Good
he
kick.
was, and he hits Masters. It's a beautiful kick from Donnell. He waited on it and delivered. Masters to the wing. Lockwood sits underneath it, took the mark he needed to. Anastasio's the target. It bounces for him. He's got to go to work from the pocket. He swings it around.
No, he hasn't.
And he's there! Magnificent!
Look at him go!
He snapped it round the corner from 45. And there's a highlight for the day.
Give him the medal!
Williamstown 6-6-42, Box Hill 4-7-31, 19 gone, second term for the Munich Brauhaus.
It was such a disappointing kick from Lockwood though, wasn't it? I mean, he was in 20 metres of space inside 50 and made him work really hard, but I mean, such an amazing player, and you'd never doubt him from there, would you?
No, when it started with a turnover in the back 50.
Never in doubt. That's correct, Nick Cardell. Oh, couple for the highlight reel from the little wee man. Look at him go. Back in the middle.
He wasn't going to the top of the square either, Pete,
No,
was he?
no. He wanted to put that through. 42 place 31. Fair celebration. Not quite your Andrew Hooper
How many behind
celebration,
the ball,
Fitzy.
Nick? 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's the ball in the middle.
6 again.
Yep.
Back to 6 on
Segale
6.
getting the tap down free kick though. Which way's it going? It's going Box Hill's way.
It's as if Andy got the goal, so he might have 6 on 6 now.
As the kick goes across the ground. It's okay. They managed to find a bit of room here. Litherland goes for a run up centre wing and now kicks long and high towards the 50, inside 50. They're holding up here the Williamstown defence. Johnston, handball over top, mark on, turn it over, straight to Langford, and now they're going to just be made to pay for it. Well, it was not the greatest of kicks.
And shots at goal and
Yeah,
handballs and
turnover at Dallas. Willsmore is the player who has it.
Beautiful kick, Dallas.
And he'll line up and have a shot 45 out.
Just seems like I think Langford might have been calling that for Mark on then, because it was actually a really effective handball if he was a Williamstown player, but Mark on under a lot of pressure. Just got to, sometimes even with those, just kick it out, get it out of that dangerous space.
Clear the area, Nick.
So when he comes, Dallas Willsmore, 16 goals this season. He steps inside the 50 and he hits the post. 4-8-32, Box Hill, Williamstown 6-6-42, 10-point margin, 20 and a half gone in the second quarter for the Munich Brauhaus, the official supporter venue of the Peter Jackson VFL.
Johnston to bring it back in, kicks to himself, and then a little ball deep into the back pocket.
It's the next one now, though, Leedsy, isn't it?
Can I ask you a question, Fitzy? What's your opinion? Do you want to maintain possession here, or do you want to go for yardage? Because we see so often Williamstown from the kick out always tend to go long. That's an exception, short to the pocket in that instance.
Right up. Yeah, this is the important kick. The next one outside the 50. Well, they've got it.
Beautiful mark on the outer flank. It was kicked in by Gibbons, and Singh was the man who flew, and now he kicks it down the wing. Gee, somewhat fortuitous. He touched off the man on the mark. Marquand's there to pick up the crumbs, got it to Jolly over the top, and it's taken by Carr. This is some neat stuff here from Williamstown.
He needs to be patient here, Leedsy, which he is.
Nice and composed as they work it to the wing. He now goes to half forward, close to the target. Spanger got a fist in. Sicily's gone back. He's well tackled. Umpire says toss it in.
More listeners. Peter's listening in sunny Onslow, WA. Go the Mighty Hawks. Rebecca on the beach at Byron Bay. Apart from here, where else would you want to be? Andy's listening in Meetung. Beautiful sunny days. Opened his first frothy for the day. Loving it.
Here's Mark on. Well tackled. Spilled for Gallucci, but the umpire will come in and toss it up.
Marks, Adam, what do you got?
Marks, as we speak, Box Hill 40, Williamstown 35.
It's tightened up as well.
Deep in the pocket, Gibbons goes to work, evades two tackles, little undergrounder, couldn't find a teammate, Litherland's there, swings it round on his left boot, high flyers, but none of them could take the mark. At the back, it's Williamstown who come away with it. Singh wanted Curry, turnover might be on here, but desperate stuff from Singh, just stopped the first one, the second one he couldn't. Isles is there, good tackle Johnston, he won it back, did Jack. Handball across the fade, all sorts of pressure everywhere. Gibbons tries to break a line, he can't. Turns it over again by hand to the Hawks, who are working their way along the outer wing. Miles was brought to ground but just got the handball away. Willsmore to Langford, he swings it back and the Hawks have clear possession.
Yeah, they do, O'Rourke. They're still struggling to get it forward though, as this kick now goes up towards half forward. Fawkes first in the race. He's got Tupu for company and the boundary line wins out. We'll have it thrown in. 23 minutes gone in this second quarter. 42 plays 32. 10-point margin. Williamstown leading. As the ball is tossed back into play at Red Time Sport. I don't know where you're listening to us around Australia and the world. As Segler gets the tap down, pushes it forward. Willsmore taken off the footy. No call from the umpire. Now it's off hands as this kick goes inside 50. Sammy Isles again getting the job done. And just that movement of the footy, it's James Sicily who's already got a goal in the game. It was in the opening quarter, but a chance at his second, and he'll line up and have a kick 35 out.
Not much you can do about that one as a coach.
A lot of missed opportunities from Box Hill in this quarter, so
Yes.
this is a vital kick, and he's got 50
50
metres.
50, boys.
What was the 54, Hilly?
It was either for back chatting or it snuck over the mark, which I couldn't imagine, so we'll go with back chatting.
So Jack Charleston to stand the mark. He's right on the goal line, so this now becomes an absolute gimme. And he kicks goal number 30 for the season, James Sicily. One in each of the quarters. And it's Williamstown 6-6-42, leading the Box Hill Hawks 5-8-38, 24 gone second quarter on the Munich Brauhaus scoreboard. Big beers, big food, big footy. The only place to watch footy this season is live at the Munich Brauhaus.
Amazing, isn't it? How many of us here watching up in the box? And none of us know what the 50 is for. Is
Yep.
it? I don't reckon it'd be for abuse because this bloke was just outmarked, wasn't it? Wasn't over the umpire to make a decision. Did one of the boys get too close or?
There was nobody else on the mark, Fitzy, so it really comes down to whether he'd stepped over the mark or he was in discussion with the umpire at the time.
You're the closest. A lot of confusion here, and not just for the fact that they've got no idea what's going on in the VFL, a lot of the commentary boxes. But
Oh no, Williamstown players run between the mark and the kicker.
there it is.
There you go.
Clear.
There you go.
That's got to be a 50 every day.
So a little crack from Williamstown as Gibbons takes it away from the
Bandage.
stoppage. Straight away, can they answer? Inside the 50 they go. Mirror spills. It comes to Heatherly. Little toe poke, didn't go anywhere. Anastasio got away, gave the handball across. Masters
Great
squeezed them up
kick.
to Donnell. What vision! And then the skill to pull it off.
Great
And
kick.
Donnell will kick from the top of the square.
Invaluable the awareness in that instance, the pressure of a grand final to just spot up and just compose yourself and hit a target like that.
Yeah, it's a clever kick. That.
You win games playing football like that.
Yeah.
As a coach, Fitzy, they've just coughed up an act of ill discipline. How important is it to get this one straight back? You forget it and you can move on to the next contest.
Absolutely, yeah. This is the goal that Box Hill did not want.
So Donnell,
Wow.
Sam.
wow,
Now that almost does as much damage as what the goal would have the other way, Leedsy.
gee.
That'll flatten the Willie boys a bit. If
Of
Box
all
Hill
the
can move this
people.
ball and score, that'll be a big moment in the game.
So
Picking up
Donnell
now.
has two behinds to his name. He missed from literally 15 out, 6-7-43 to 5-8-38.
Oops.
Miles kicking out dangerously, but gee, fortuitously in the end. As it's been taken by Tom Gordon. Haven't really caught
Gutsy
him much
kick.
today. He goes across the ground. Simpkin
Been quiet as quarter, hasn't he, Joffa?
goes for a run outside the 50. Now sets the ball up towards the middle of the
back.
ground, and there's going to be an in-the-back free kick. It's going the way of Gibbons for Williamstown, who's on that centre wing, on that outer side. Williamstown kicking to the Lockett end of the ground in this second quarter. Oh, and he decides to go inboard too. He played on Gibbons and now kicks inside the 50. Big pack of players around this one. Conway one grab, not the second. It's on the deck. Now it spills free. Chance again for Box Hill defenders. So Rourke goes long and high. Johnston front position though for Williamstown. And now they've got the numbers. Gee, they've managed to put a wall up here in the middle of the ground. Jolly, handball over the top. Here's Willie Wheeler at half forward. Ball inside 50, it's congested. Mirror picked it up. He got it off hands, now he's dispossessed. Now they've got the numbers though. Heatherly going back dangerously. White Cross going across the goal line. Gordon's going to be tackled over it. He's being held up. Oh, play on, said the umpire. Quick, kick out the back. It's a goal. It's Galuti who's got it. Oh, magnificent stuff. That was fortuitous. It just fell into his arms, and he's kicked his second for today. And Williamstown 7-7-49, Box Hill 5-8-38, 27, almost 28 minutes gone in this second quarter, and that's a heartbreaker for Box Hill.
It's inexcusable defending. They just had to take it
All
over
he
the
had to do was get
line.
over the line. That's why he's made handball it to him.
But good from the Williamstown attacking players just to hold him back, hold him up. That's the direction he was going in. course, that on the Munich Brauhaus scoreboard, the official supporter venue of the Peter Jackson VFL. Now, VFL coverage today on Peter Jackson VFL Live, brought to you by Tyre Power. Get the power of Tyre Power's footy final sale.
I wonder if there's a little moment there for Williamstown to work with.
Boys, did you think that ball had been taken over the line?
I just watched the replay, Hilly, and it did actually look like it went over the line, but obviously not.
Bounce down in the middle again, cut. Oh,
That's
good
better.
tackle in the middle, turnover on Isles. Tries to find his mark, but
Poor
can't.
kid.
Curry takes the mark.
Fifth in was very good there, wasn't he?
Releases to Banner, who's got it on the wing, down the line. Lockwood fists it away initially, and then he crashes the body. Denell comes in. There might be a holding the ball here. No. I'll toss it up. Good stuff from Denell and Lockwood. Simkin was the man underneath the pack. Underneath the footy, Collins. Carr threw it out to Marcon. Got away with one. Found Banner. Left foot kick around the corner. Inside the 50. Heatherly wins the ball. Torps one to the wing. Anderson tried to get a little funky in the air. Couldn't find it. There's a free kick for too high. Fortuitous for Box Hill because Willie had the numbers and they've got the footy at centre wing.
It was just a late call, I think, Leeds. Is this kick going across the ground up towards 50 for Box Hill. And just a tall timber there. Grimley takes the mark. He's 55 from goal. An open goal square at the moment. So Grimley just wheels around. He's going to go to the top of the goal square. They fly! It's a Box Hill mark. Just floating over the pack. It was Sam Collins. And he'll line up 20 out directly in front.
Where was Fawkes? Nick? He's not there, is he?
I think he's off the ground at the moment, Fawkes.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
We'll get down to Healy in a moment, doing a bit of investigative work. Is Peter Fawkes off the ground at the moment, Stoney?
Yeah, I think he is, mate. Absolutely. He's just he's getting a bit of a rub on the left hamstring.
Collins kicks the goal. That's his first for today.
I suppose they all got to have a spell, Stoney, but oh dear, late in the quarter, you want your big defender out there, don't you?
Timing is everything, 50.
7-7-49 Williamstown, the Box Hill Hawks, 6-8-44. We've gone 30 minutes in this second quarter. The Munich Brauhaus scoreboard.
It's amazing, Nick. Tell us as a player, if the siren was to go now, why is the last goal of a quarter so important? It's just another goal, isn't it? But the psyche of a player when you go in, if you get the last goal, half-time, quarter-time, doesn't matter.
Red time goals. It's any, that last 8 to 10 minutes of a quarter are so influential. It's when sides with a great running capacity and sides with confidence usually hit the scoreboard. When the other team just slips away, it's little tiny things in games, a contest you win or lose. But that goal there, of huge importance for Box Hill.
Good time for your first one of the year for Sam Collins. The stoppage comes to Anastasio. He comes away to Masters. Handball to Lockwood under pressure from O'Rourke, who ran him down. Lockwood strong enough. Got it to Masters. Handball deep into the pocket. Banner's got to go to work. It comes to Little Red. Yep. He's got options. He wants to take it out. He has it stolen away.
It's been good, Miri,
Yes. Got it to Isles. Handball Langford under all sorts of pressure. Has to get around Mangan. He can't, but he toe poked it to Simkin. He's well tackled. Ball spills to ground. Carr lays a good tackle. The Gulls fans are into this game. They'll toss it up, slightly attacking side of centre wing.
Langford did very, very well there to not get pinged for illegal disposal, didn't he? He's just got a foot on it.
Love the fact the umpires are letting it go too,
yeah,
Leedsy.
Great pick.
Langford's the third man up here. Got it down only as far as Mark on. It's been a sit for Myers.
Clever kick.
23rd man today.
Who has it at the top of the 50.
Jen Scallucci just come off the ground, just limping a bit. Well, check it out at half time.
Myers to the pocket, fisted away. Good stuff, Hawks defence, siren.
So the point I was making, boys, as a player, that's why I asked Nick, because immediately out of the game, regardless of what the stats say, Box Hill are going to go in with a little bit more momentum and morale, which from a coaching viewpoint you can actually leverage on, build on that.
Definitely.
And yet really all they did was kick the last goal. The other mob's been good too.
They certainly have. And at half-time, it's a narrow margin. It's a 5-point lead to Williamstown. 7-7-49, the Box Hill Hawks, 6-8-44. That on the Munich Brauhaus scoreboard. And we've loved their work throughout the season. The official supporter venue of the Peter Jackson VFL. And don't worry, Leeds are getting ready for Oktoberfest. The goal kickers to half-time. 2 goals each to the igniter, Anthony Anastasio and Andrew Gallucci. And as we heard from Stoney, maybe a little bit of an injury concern there. And singles to Conway, Lockwood and Masters. And for Box Hill, 2 goals to James Sicily and singles to Collins, Simpkin, Grimley and Anderson. Huge cheers for the Box Hill players as they make their way off. The same for Williamstown. We're going to take a break. We're going to hear from our experts in the back row, Nick Carnell and Jared Fitzgerald. TAC Cup Radio finishing up. They've done a great job this season. And of course, Peter Jackson VFL live. We're set to go with the second half. 7-7-49 play 6-8-44 into the third quarter. Here's Michael Leeds on Peter Jackson VFL live.
It'll be Meese and Segler again. Meese straight down to Simkin, who's taken straight to ground, and will do it all again.
Actually, both sides had some talent at that stoppage, Nick.
Didn't they?
Didn't they? They were loaded up with their best men.
Set to go again. Hands from Carp to Wheeler, smothered. Langford's going to be first there. Picks up the loose ball, drives it inside the 50. One-on-one. Anderson's a likely type. He got some support, did Charleston. Out the back, though. O'Brien got it to Anderson. Got away from Charleston, retreated, and found Grimley on the 50.
Just beyond him?
I think so. Take a massive effort.
Decision making now, Nick. Top of the square. Long points are shocking in the game these days. Are they? Why? Because it's a turnover.
Quick explanation on Pomo, Nick.
Point of most opportunity, Leedsy. Just the top of the
Never
square
have I
there.
seen a man quite take to that like
Germo,
you
isn't
have. Goodness me.
Where's he going? No good.
See, that's disappointing.
No
That's out of bounds on the full.
good. He's had a shot.
He's had 3 ordinary shots, Grimley.
He's turned it over.
Well, the kick goes long outside the 50. Oh, almost the mark in front taken by Fay. He's going to be paid it.
Should have done better there, Grimley.
Yeah, get Grimley bearing down on him. He's at defensive 50, Medallion Club side of the ground here at Etihad Stadium. This kick up towards the boundary line. Donnell's got the fly. G. Cluson got in his way. Quick up and under kick. It's heading towards the boundary line, but this into the path of Isles. Can he keep it in? No. As they gain 20 metres.
There, Sammy Donnell needed to be able to identify Clouston was in the better spot there.
Protect the space for him to come back into.
Yes.
As the ball about to be thrown back in.
Donnell's gone forward too, boys. Clouston and Ty.
Thank you, Mark Stone. Has Ed Carter run onto this. Flicks the handball out. Intended for Marcon. Gone through his hands. And now a kick up the line is okay. A chance here for Donnell. Runs into space. Oh, that's a beautiful kick for Clouston. Right into his path. He gets to 55. There's a kick on over the top. It's Ty. He's taken the mark. Anastasio looking for the little Joe the Goose over the top. I would have given it to him. But that's just me. So Sean Ty will go back and have the shot.
Spanger hasn't had anywhere near as much influence as he's had the last couple of weeks either. I think at the moment Ty would have the better of him in the one-on-one matchup, but from an offensive perspective, he gives Box Hill something different, doesn't he? And it just hasn't had that impact yet.
As he steps in, we'll get back to that in a moment. Ty, oh, that's a beauty! He knew it as soon as it left the boots. Ty gets his first for today, and Williamstown just a bit of breathing space now, 8-7-55 to the Box Hill Hawks, 6-8-44. We've got almost 3 minutes in the third quarter on the Red Time Sport iPhone app scoreboard. Yes, Adam? No, Adam.
Me, sorry.
Who was it? Oh, Stoney.
Just young Gallucci. Just has got a bit of a limp up. He's just gone back on the ground, but so we'll watch this space for that one.
What is it, Stoney? Just
a little bit of a leg injury, Fitzy. Just got a bit of a knock, so he's gone back on, and he's told the doctor he's okay, but we'll just watch that.
I forgot Darren and Andrea are listening from Cinque Terre, Florence, Italy. That makes me jealous. Talk about beautiful parts of the world, Leedsy.
I'd love to fill you all in on the weather. I've got no idea. We're under the roof. The bright lights of Etihad. Meese in the middle. 0-0, but Meese won the stoppage. Kicks inside the 50. There's no mark. Fisted away by Gordon. Masters is there at ground level. He can't take it away. He's well tackled, and they'll toss it up at centre half forward for Willie.
Started well, Willie, haven't they?
Yep. And Meese again taps it out the back. It's stolen away by Box Hill though. They get a surge kick for G. Anderson. Just tucked himself up into a ball and took them all out. And then he bounced back magnificently. Gets on the end of the handball from Segler. Goes to the top of the square. O'Brien's got to go to work here. Handball over the top. He had Howe. Top of the square. Tackled as he kicked. Desperate stuff from Williamstown, and they get away with one.
Sing's in trouble behind the play here, boys. Courage, effort going back with the flight. He's got crunched.
Stoney, you're going to be all over this as he comes to the bench.
Yep.
Felt the force of Jed Anderson, I fancy.
Oh, gee, that was dangerous. Right on the edge of the square from the kick in. It worked out okay for Williamstown as Fay goes long up the line. And now they've just got the ball in their control, the Seagulls. The margin is 10 points. We've played 5 minutes in the third quarter of the grand final. The kick is high. A couple of Box Hill Hawks spoiled each other. Handball over the top from Gallucci. Found Lockwood. He's got all the time in the world to steady from 45. Kick into an open goal square and put it through. Well, family listening in the UK, they'd be happy with that. Cam's got his second, and 16 points is the margin. 9-7-61 Williamstown. The Box Hill Hawks 6-9-45. 5 gone third quarter. Red Time Sport iPhone app scoreboard on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Who's doing it, Nick?
It's Hawthorn's, the way Hawthorn's set up defensively. They zone as opposed to playing a one-on-one play. Box Hill. The way they set up defensively and allow, you can actually find a lot of space in there if they don't do it well enough. And at the moment, Heatherley was stuck on this side of the ground, the commentary side of the ground, and couldn't get across to help out his other defenders. And that's how Lockwood found the space that he did. It just happens all too often with these zone setups. If you don't have accountability for one player, and one player out of that 6 isn't in the right position, you can get very easily exposed.
4 inside 50s for Lockwood and 2 goals.
He's been a player. Here's Meese, swings around on that right boot, another clearance for the big fella, gets it to half forward, out they come, Conway lost it in the tackle, holding the ball, Hawks away, Whitecross, dangerous handball for Segler. Segler's under all sorts of pressure, had to beat 3, that was just beyond the big man, tackle laid on Gibbons, he couldn't get away with it. Isles did well to force a 50-50 ball really, because the turnover looked imminent, and they'll toss it up, centre wing. Segler and Meese. Third man up, Whitecross. Got it down. Simpkin lays a good tackle. Ball spills free. Carr taken high. Allowed to go on. And they'll toss it up again.
Meese having an impact early in this quarter. Quieter in the second quarter. He's very good this one.
What's the hit-out count for Nick Meese today, Adam?
He's had 17.
He gets 18 here. Whitecross. Chopped off by Willie Wheeler. His kick smothered. Came back to the big fella and Meese tumbles it forward again. Again a punch down. Anastasio's on the end of it. Conway had to stand underneath it. Was chopped at the arms. That's the rule. Tommy Gordon gave away the free kick and Conway will take it from outside the arc. Can he kick the distance, boys?
No, not from there.
No, and again, you'd rather a boundary throw in or contested ball at the top of the square leads he. Long point.
Well, I reckon he thinks he can get the trip here. Of course he does. He's gone in. He's almost standing right next to Mark Stone on centre wing.
Has a bit of X factor, Mr. Conway.
I think he can kick this.
For his 15th of the year, I should say. Already has one in the first term. He's 15 in from the boundary with 53 to cover. He's not going to get it. Top of the square. That's where they wanted it. And that's why the master coach is the master coach. He said, kick it at the top of the square. And that's what he did. And Clouston took the mark. And he'll kick from 15 out directly in front.
What the hell do I know? You're going up against a 3-time premiership coach. No chance.
He may have had a shot.
I think he still actually was having a shot.
He was.
As a coach, you'll say, well done, mate.
Clouston kicks the goal. Not without losing a few hairs.
I don't know how many people saw this first 5 minutes. I didn't.
Yeah, they've come out the better side, haven't they?
This could be the decisive break in the game. Box Hill are in a fair bit of trouble.
8 gone, third term, 10-7-67. Williamstown to Box Hill, 6-9-45.
The inside 50 count's starting to get away from Box Hill right now. It's 37-27 in favour of goals.
It's a large number.
And who's the man doing it in the middle?
Yeah, Meese has had a very, very good start.
Yeah, as we've seen, Mark Stone, we've seen time and time again, Nick Meese, just how dominant he's been across our coverage over the past couple of years.
He's a warrior. I don't know how he does it, Fitz. He plays against Nick, plays against bigger opponents, just the body use. He's a very good ruckman.
He does. He genuinely knows how to play the positions, don't he?
67, plays 45, ball back in the middle. It's Williamstown leading. Red Time Sport iPhone app score forward. Langford brought down the tackle, but it's built to Isles, who's just on the defensive side. He kicks up into the path here of Jonathan Simpkin, who's got some space and got a player on the overlap as well. It's that player in white cross who goes high ball. Grimley got hands to it, couldn't complete it. Fay got to work there, and he lost a handle on it as well. Oh, going through, need to be clean was Howe. They dive in. Langford goes around the body, but only to the goal square where Jack Johnson awaits for Williamstown. Sets them running. Big kick, looking for Conway as it fisted out of his hands, and we'll have it thrown in half forward for the Box Hill Hawks. Our VFL coverage brought to you by Tyre Power. Get the power. Tyre Power's footy final sale. There's the ball to be thrown back in. 67 plays, 45. Williamstown leading, closing in on 10 minutes in this third quarter. Ball to the back. Won't just let it go through his hands, but Gibbons was there. Handball didn't quite find Wheeler, but he had time to steady, and they've done this well, the Seagulls, although they're going to turn it back over. Here's the skipper for the Box Hill Hawks, Dave Mirror, who takes the mark.
And Spanger gets on the end of it, runs across half-back. Masters gives chase, so he releases, and that's okay. Finds his man. White cross started to have an impact. Oh, this is a dodgy old kick to half forward, but it beats a couple. Clean bowls 3 or 4. Out the back, Singh picked up the loose ball and found Anastasio. Got away from Spanger, goes down the line, kicks it out of bounds in the full.
What are the clearances this quarter, Adam? This quarter?
Well, for the game, it's 29-27. Not sure what they were at half-time.
Grimley comes across the ground and finds Mirror. So now, perhaps some better setup for Box Hill. Gordon on the wing, left foot, he's well set up and a good mark. Beautiful footy from the Hawks, and it's taken by Simpkin. 55 out, he's going to go across the ground, dangerous, turnovers on, car spills, Anastasio takes it at half back, is off to the races.
Keep going, have 7 bounces, he did that well, here's Meese, geez, moving well, 50 and an open goal square, closes to 45, he's going to put it across the face. Oh, what did we say about ruckman and kicking? That didn't even make the distance. It manages to be kept in, so the Box Hill Hawks can go the length of the field. The kick outside the 50 or towards the 50. Howe's got a bit of work to do. He's double teamed, lost a handle on it. Working there, Litherland. Handball over the top, although it's a nest of Seagulls. The boundary line, their friend, and he gets there. Gee, that could have been dangerous. The Seagulls were swarming. Just that footy was a hot chip.
Just at the other end, boys, that was the same sort of scenario where there was chopping of the arms and wasn't paid and could have been a goal on the rebound.
Glen Hill, boundary side today with Mark Stone. We couldn't split it between them to see who would get the role on Thursday. So we just said both of you come in because we can play as much as we want. Comprehensive coverage. Gallucci over the top into the forward pocket. He's there, Langford. He's brought down by Willie Wheeler but got lost in the tackle. Now they dive in over the top of him. That's got to be holding the ball. Surely no. The umpire says throw it up. He had 2 chances there, Will Langford, to get that ball away. And in the end, another stalemate in the forward pocket. We're deep into attack here for Williamstown. Ty just grabs it out of the ruck and loses the handle on it. Mark on, little dribble under the goal square, but Mirror's there and he rushes it through. 10-8-68, play 6-9-45. It's Williamstown leading Box Hill. 12 and a half gone in this third quarter. Red Time Sport iPhone app scoreboard.
Isles takes it, 40 out from his defensive goal line. He's going to go quickly, heads to the outer wing. Oh, it's an ambitious kick, but it's a beautiful kick, and it's taken by Locke at centre wing. And the blue-booted Locke has it. He's going to come back inboard and finds Evans. Just about in the middle of Etihad Stadium. He goes across the ground and finds his man, Isles, who kept working. Goes to half forward. Good stuff, Curry. If it's not a free kick, it is. Yep. He got O'Brien in the back, and the Hawks have it. He goes over the top quickly. There's a man on, and he takes it. And it's Dallas Willsmore. And boy, the Hawks need this one. It's going to be a tough kick. He's only 10 in from the boundary, but he's on the right side for a left footer. And he's going to have to kick from just inside the arc.
Again, it's Sam Isles off half-back and his ability to hit targets that potentially other guys wouldn't even attempt to hit. That breaks it up, doesn't it? It just gives them that offensive flavour that they can find some space and create something on the fat side of the ground. You just need to take some chances, Box Hill. They can't be conservative in the way they move the football.
He does have a magnificent left peg.
Just let him down today, though. He just strikes it nicely, but his goal kicking today hasn't been good.
No, that was a disappointing kick across the face.
Never a goal, was it?
Never looked like it. 6-10-46 Box Hill. Williamstown 10-8-68. 14 gone, third term.
Johnston goes deep, looking for Fay. Couldn't quite find him. Ball in dispute. Plenty of Seagulls numbers there, and they do work it around. As Fay goes around his body, a real high up and under kick, looking for Clouston, and taking it in his hands, Anastasio to run onto it. Player being held off the ball. It was Banner. The kick going forward to centre half forward here.
Willie Wheeler on this wing.
The Box Hill side, and that's where the kick goes. It's going to be turned over. Willie Wheeler for Williamstown.
Oops.
Goes into the board in the middle of the ground. A kick by Mark on is a deep ball. 2-on-1 in favour of Box Hill, though, down there. Oh, here's Anastasio around one. He got the handball back. Conway has a shot at goal, and he puts it through. Oh, the Igniter set that up. Dylan Conway finished it off. He's got his second for today, and Williamstown, this margin extending to dangerous proportions if you're a Box Hill fan. 11:8.74 to 6:10.46. We've gone 15 minutes in the third quarter. The Red Time Sport iPhone app scoreboard.
It's an opening up, Fitzy. I feel the game at the moment just opening up, but to Williamstown's favour at the moment. We see Willie Wheeler finding space in this wing. If anything, they're owning the width of the contest at the moment. Do you agree?
Making the ground very wide, yeah.
Yeah.
And is that the biggest margin, Luigi?
I think it is.
It certainly is.
It's a long way back for Box Hill now. And the mood of the game, we were talking about
But
that
they can do it.
Oh, yeah.
If any team can do it, it's the Box Hill team.
But it just doesn't look right at the moment. Willsmore needed to kick that last goal.
Some questions being asked of the favourites coming into this afternoon. Meese goes up again. Collins is doing the work for the Hawks. Jolly's there at ground level. Again, it's going to be Williamstown. Gibbons, well tackled though by Willsmore. The advantage might be on. Simkin took it. Oh, he put Whitecross under the pump, but Collins was there in support. He goes to half forward. Can't find a teammate. Ball spills to ground level. Player down for Williamstown. Carr's working hard at ground level. He's well tackled. Player still down. Pete McCarter will give him to us in just a moment.
Yeah, it's Jack
forward.
Charleston. Milky's all right.
So
He's
Box
gone.
Hill need a goal. They've got the stoppage at half forward. Collins goes to work on Meese. Meese, 2 tap downs there. Came to ground. Handball out the back. Langford goes inside the 50. They can't get a mark. Fawkes takes it. And he comes to the commentary side of the ground looking for a runner. He's got a couple of options. Anastasio just ran in front of the footy, picked up by Singh, who got it across to Myers and back to Singh. Singh drives it to half forward Heatherly, sat underneath it. Clouston kept his feet, now he's dangerous. There's a man over the top, they just need to get to him. Oh, it was a shocking kick. It might work out okay. Side of the boot, didn't matter. Lockwood takes it 35 out directly in front.
This could be decisive right now.
I know when you said before they can come back, but to me they've come back once already, Pete.
Yep.
It's just not enough. There's not many times during the game when you can actually come back. This is very deflating because how long we've been going 16 minutes, and this is going to be beyond 30 odd points if he kicks this. And momentum is with Willie.
Third of the grand final. He's been there, done that. Kicks the goal. Williamstown surge further ahead. 12:8.80. Box Hill 6:10.46. 17 gone. Third term. Big trouble for the Hawks.
What would you do, Nick?
It's the contest at the moment, and it's the football in and around stoppage. So what I'd be doing is I'd be bringing a winger into the stoppage as a third up and trying to create some space around it as a third up and trying to get the ball out of there. Meese has had such an influence in the first 15 minutes of this quarter. He's probably been the catalyst of this
He's not there
offensive
now.
flavour.
He's back in there now.
He's back in there now.
What are
The numbers
possessions?
the numbers for Meese: 11 disposals, 4 tackles, 19 hit-outs, 8 clearances, 3 inside 50s.
What about this quarter? What is it quickly? Both teams' possessions.
You're asking about that question.
Total. Both teams at this stage in possessions.
Total, it's 235 to 213 Williamstown's way.
But we don't know this quarter though.
Not isolated to that as the ball back in the middle. Get the Power Tyre Powers footy final sale with Toyo. Buy 3, get 1 free offer. Go to tyrepower.com.au. 80 plays 46.
Seems like Willie are winning more balls.
On the Red Time Sport iPhone app. How can Box Hill respond? Lock. Going the handball back. It's going to be a dangerous proposition, but Whitecross is up to it. He handballs back to Lock, who had to pick it up. Now they've got a free player. It's Willsmore, who gets around a couple, then runs into trouble. Handball over the top is dangerous, and it's a turnover again. And the ball is in dispute, and the umpire will come in and throw it up. And picking himself up is Gibbons. Jolly lurking. Ball thrown back up. Collins into the ruck for Box Hill. And as far as Johnston, gee, O'Brien took him out. It fell to Jono O'Rourke, and now the players can move forward. Simpkin for Box Hill across the ground. Trying to keep it in there was Lawler, but it's going to be rebounded straight back out, and a fair chance of it coming in. Plenty of Box Hill Hawk numbers here. Locke has O'Rourke on the overlap. He kicks from half forward inside the 50. It's a deep ball. Charleston's got the sit, and he takes an excellent defensive mark.
They're winning the moments, Williamstown. There's another one. And he finds Jolly in the back pocket. And the Warrior has it. The steady head. He's going to go down the line. Donnell's the target. From one old campaigner to another. And the goals.
He had too much space there, Donnell. That wasn't good play.
19 and a half gone, Leedsy.
They look composed here, Williamstown. In charge. Driving ball. Collins flies. He gets a big fist. Goes to Wiles. Handball O'Brien. Handball, good stuff. Mirror evaded the tackler. Kicks to half forward. They need a mark. Lawler flew. Couldn't bring it to ground. Then he lays a tackle on Mark-on. They're going nowhere. They'll toss it up. 53 out from Box Hill's goal. Almost into time on.
Ed Carr's still running with Samuel. Samuel's had 12 possessions to Ed Carr's 17.
We are in time on now. Langford might be the man. He picks up the ball from the stoppage, gets around one tackler, goes to Anderson. They need some X factor from deep in the pocket. He goes across the ground. Miles takes the mark. He did play on quickly.
Yeah, he did, Leedsy. Yep.
He took 2 steps off his line. His eyes darted left. But the umpire said go back and have the shot. From deep in the pocket, he's going to go with the Nani. Got it. He's got it. There's a pulse. These Hawks won't go away. 7:10:52 Box Hill. Williamstown 12:880. 21 minutes gone, third term.
Got to do a shout out here. Jane and Dennis Singh. Nick Singh's parents are listening in Florence, Italy. They asked the question, how's he going?
And Nick Singh, is it?
Yep.
He's on 13 disposals and has had 3 rebound 50s.
All right.
Not a bad gig, Florence.
Had a very courageous effort out here on centre wing previously, and it's continued on.
All right, so now just trying to get the side fired up. 21 gone in the third. Red Time Sport iPhone app scoreboard. 80 plays 52. Ball back in the middle. Ed Carr there, just trying to extract the footy. No one can get clear, and the umpire will throw it up. And the next one will just keep a bit of interest in it. But if it goes Box Hill's way. Ball thrown up. Tapped down by Ty, but it falls to the back, and it's going to be Box Hill ball as they head inside the 50. But turned over again, and Brad Mangan takes the mark. He goes across the ground and finds Gibbons at defensive 50. On that outer side.
Good value of marking the ball in the back 50, isn't it?
They've done it very well, Williamstown today.
22 gone in the third quarter. Gibbons goes up the line. 3 Hawks players. Eventually it spills down. Howe is written into the ground, going nowhere. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up.
Turnovers in this term, Box Hill 8, Williamstown 7.
So the umpire to throw the ball up. Centre wing, outer side, here at Etihad Stadium. As the ball falls to Gibbons, I was just letting him go over the boundary line, and we'll have it thrown in. Got one more stoppage in me, Leedsy. That's all yours. True centre wing position.
Any Collins be happy to take a couple of minutes off the clock at this stage of the quarter, I think. Just especially in time on. Not let any easy possession go Box Hill's way.
Throw in. Front position is Segler. Getting it down. They're just trying to pack it forward here, Box Hill. They work their way towards half forward. Johnston content to see the ball over the line. He got the handball from Curry. We'll have it thrown in.
The reason why you say that, Nick, is that, okay, a 28-point lead is good. 34 points doesn't change much, but all of a sudden you play a bit of ballistic footy, turn it over, 22 points, the other lot would think they're a chance.
That's right, yeah, spot on.
Segler wins the stoppage, but the Hawks aren't going to come away with it. We'll do it all again.
Go in at three-quarter time, 28 up. I know it's farewell three-quarter time. Get the first goal of the last quarter. Just about all over it.
Your party time.
You don't want to give 2 quick goals away now.
Howe tosses it back to the umpire. Segler beautifully down to the run of Simpkin, who can run to 45.
Ooh.
And miss.
Normally gets those.
He kicks those goals when he's on. That's a
usual,
bad miss.
As usual, having an influence, guys. He's had 6 clearances, and they've actually Box Hill had 6 more clearances than Williamstown today.
Yeah.
80 plays 53 as the kick goes a long way. I think the crowd wanting maybe an over the goal square infringement. Head cars there, and he'll see it over the line. We'll have it thrown in. Half forward for Box Hill. 24 minutes gone in the third quarter. 80 plays 53.
Will Langford just getting some work done on his calves boundary side. Might be looking to rest him in the last quarter. Might be an opportunity for him next week.
Glenn Hill and Mark Stone on the boundary. Here's Jono O'Rourke who's picked it up. He goes high around the body. It's not going to be accurate, and it's through for another behind. 80 plays 54. And we've gone 24 and a half minutes in this third quarter. I think Marco Bello now coaching from the bench, Hilly. We'll get you to take a look at that. I think he's deep there. Collins also on the bench.
Come down. Yes.
As we prepare to head towards three-quarter time, Leedsy. That's on the Red Time Sport iPhone app scoreboard.
And Johnston brings it out. Dangerous ball. Howe with the fist. Can the Hawks make something of it? Simkin, clever little tap over the top. Couldn't find a teammate. Under all sorts of pressure now. Williamstown, good tackling Hawks. Lawler's over the top. They're not going to get a free kick.
It's interesting that, isn't it? That the mood of the umpires or the particular things they're looking for on game, they haven't played one of those today at all. Usually you'll see 3 or 4 pop up.
Good tackling here. Sees Mark on the ground. Car's there to make sure it doesn't escape.
Did anyone see when Spanger went deep forward?
Yep. I was on it.
Well, a great move. This type of player who can just provide a contest, take a mark.
Gee, player pushed to ground, allowed to go on. Gibbons comes away from the stoppage. Beautifully played.
Yeah,
he keeps going. Right
too
foot
far.
kick. Have they pinged him? They have. Here's a little moment for Box Hill. Williamstown had the fly. They'd won the stoppage in space. Gibbons runs too far, and now it's the Hawks with the chance. O'Rourke. What a time to have the footy in your hands. Can he get the distance?
That's the question, isn't it?
It's a big kick from there.
Tall timber
again,
on the goal line, though, for Box Hill.
Coach doesn't want a long point. Top of the square if you cannot get there.
From 52, heads to the pocket,
No.
deep to the pocket.
No, it's the worst result.
It's a long behind. 12-8-80 Williamstown to Box Hill, 7-13-55.
But they are peppering the goals, though. That's the positive to take out of it. Johnston again for Williamstown. A long ball outside the 50. Again, the fist fly. And now we can get to ground. It's all Williamstown at the fall of the ball. Curry just worried off it. Excellent work as this ball heads inside the 50. It's Lawler, who's got some space around the body. Goes to the top of the goal square. The contest off hands. Mangan sees it over. And another behind. Oh dear, I think we're back to 4 goals now. As Johnston again prepares to bring the ball back in. We've gone 27 minutes. Red Time Sport iPhone app scoreboard as the ball's long. Good fist comes in from Gordon. It falls to ground. It's near the line. We'll have it thrown in. Adam?
The inside 50 count is closing up, guys. Box Hill 39, Williamstown 41 for the game.
Has tightened right up.
1 goal 6 to Box Hill in this term. They'll toss it in at the flank. The Hawks attacking. They need one. 27 gone, third term. Knockdown. Simkin lays a tackle on Markon. Spills out to Gibbons. Round the body goes. Headley's got the sit. He goes with the authoritative fist. Gets it over, and they'll toss it in again. Hawks still a chance to score. Attacking side of centre wing. 27 and a half gone. Boy, does their season need a goal now? Grimley. Meese wins the tap. Howe wins the ball. Got it to Lock. Inside the 50. Spanger's going to fly. Going back, though. Couldn't take the mark, was Lawler. Spilled to ground too high. Free kick. Going to go the way of the Hawks in the pocket. It was there. And I find it, fancy it might be Howe who's emerged with the ball.
And Miles.
That's Miles, who's going to have his confidence up, having kicked a really difficult goal not long ago from the opposite pocket. He's 2 in from the boundary. He's got 40 to cover. Right side for a right footer. Looks like he's going to go with the drop punt. Sets it on its way and it misses everything. Things not going the Hawks' way.
They have been the most score efficient side this year for accuracy. ranked number 1 in the competition today, 7 goals, 14, and have missed some very gettable opportunities that could potentially cost them a premiership.
They've had more scoring shots.
1-6, and Williamstown have piled on 5-1 in this quarter. As the kick goes long. Oh, Masters! Big no, not paid! He flew high, Lee Masters. He didn't quite bring it to ground. And the umpire will throw the ball up. He flew over the pack. Oh, he almost had it.
He's dirty on himself too.
I can understand that. Langford off hands. Miles, will he get in there? No. Howe there as well for Box Hill. And it's going nowhere in a hurry. And the umpire will come in again. 29 and 15 gone. 80 plays 56. Heading towards three-quarter time. Hawks need one more. Keep making this interesting. Really give them some momentum. They've had the play for the last 5 minutes as this kick goes high. Up and under. Masters again! He couldn't get it this time either. Gee, he shouldn't do it from 4 deep. Simpkin, handball out, looking for Litherland. He manages to keep it in. Little underground handball towards 50. And now Isles has got a task. He's forced to lay the tackle. The umpire will come in and throw it up again. Lee Masters wants to win the Mark of the Year award in the grand final. There's
Got
the
a
ball.
good structure behind the ball at the moment, Williamstown.
Meese
The
just
reason
picks it
why
back
they're getting
up.
decisive.
Isles following that ball through. He just kicks it inside 50 into the forward pocket. Curry there. Oh, gee, that's good courage. Players dive in from all directions, and Miles picks himself up. And we'll have it thrown in. Maybe one last gasp, you would think, here for the Hawks before three-quarter time. 30 minutes gone. Ball tossed back in. It's a short throw in. Segler missed it completely. Ball ricocheting around. Langford did well. Couldn't quite get to Simpkin. Willie Wheeler was there, but it should be turned over again. No, Gordon lost a handle on it. It's Ty. He's got a bit of work to do, and he goes over the top. This could be decisive. Gloucester's got plenty of time to steady from 45, and he missed it. It's out of bounds, and we'll have it thrown in. Well, that is a golden opportunity to really seal this contest for Williamstown. Scott Gloucester could have kept running another 10 metres to an open goal square.
Had to give it to Anastasio, the smaller guy with leg speed in space. Missed opportunity that occasion.
Terrific chase from Grimley. Oh, now he goes to ground. Allows Ty another chance over the top. Misses to the right-hand side. 12-9-81. Leads 7-14, 56, 31 gone. Third turn.
Must be close to a siren.
Hawks to bring it back in. Long ball from Gordon. Can they get a mark? Fisted away from the contest. Banger first there. Curry wins the ball at ground level to Jolly. Across to Anastasio. Straightens himself up from the pocket and misses. Oh, every touch is important now.
Peter Mercado was out of his seat for a touch.
It's at 14 for the game.
They've all been effective, apart from that one.
It's his impact on the game.
It is.
Extraordinary, isn't it?
Knew he could do it.
Quick.
Even when he was languishing in the development league, I stuck with him as the kick goes up the line. Clouston, good fist he put in there. Locke did well. Handball into space. Oh dear, another turnover. They've got to do well here, the Hawks, and they did in the end. Mirror's just got to pick it up. Three-quarter time at Etihad Stadium. And what a contest we have for you. It was Williamstown getting it done on the scoreboard. And at three-quarter time, they lead it 12-10-82 to the Box Hill Hawks, 7-14-56. The goal kickers to three-quarter time for Williamstown. 3 to Cam Lockwood and 2 each to Conway, Anastasio and Gallucci, and singles to Clouston and Ty. And for the Box Hill Hawks, 2 to Sicily and singles to Collins, Simpkin, Grimley, Anderson and Miles. Taylor, go to tyrepower.com.au.
Spanger back behind the ball again.
Here we go in the final quarter. It's 12-10-82 to 7-14-56. Here's Michael Leeds on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Segler got the tap. Carr had the footy, but there's a free kick. It's going to go the way of Ed Carr. First real clean hands on the footy to Williamstown in the last quarter.
Tipping Nathan Templeton didn't like being pushed out by man Mark Stone. A few words going on down there on the boundary.
You don't want to see that sort of
Friendly
thing.
fire. Friendly fire.
Carr from half-back, high ball. Can Williamstown get going early? He wants a mark. Fisted away from Conway, comes to ground. There's no real winner here. The umpire's going to be forced to come in and toss it up.
Emergency umpire might have to speak to those pair of boundary riders.
Here's how. In the tackle, good stuff from Meese. Going nowhere. And they'll toss it up again. A minute in. A minute into this last quarter. 82 to 56, Williamstown in front.
Forward 2 for the Seagulls. Jolly wrapped up in the tackle by Howe. He's going nowhere, and the umpire will throw the ball up on the pain of 50.
Andy Collins did say he doesn't mind the stoppages.
No.
Just be defensive and take the time. Take the time.
Yep.
Yeah, just can't see a way to break the game open at the moment. The Box Hill Hawks. Here's Lockwood 360'd. Willie Wheeler there as well. He's dispossessed at the last moment. Just held on to it. Maybe a touch too long. Banner wrapped up in the tackle. And the umpire again will come in and intervene. At Red Time Sport on Twitter, wherever you're listening around the world. We've had Italy. We've had the US. We've had everywhere listening to us this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the coverage as you have all season. Chance here now for Box Hill as this kick heads up towards centre wing. They've got outliers. It's Miles who kicks long and high. Looking for Anderson. He's got the sit on Charleston. He's dribbling a ball to the goal square. Good. He's got it. This could lift them. This could lift the Box Hill Hawks. They move to 8-14-62. Williamstown 12-10-82. We've gone 2 minutes in the final term for Peter Jackson, Melbourne.
Goal over the back, Nick.
Backspace. We've spoken about it.
The backspace.
It's the way they structure themselves, and when you have a person of Anderson's ability and creativity, backspace for him is a great thing, and you can't allow guys like him to get out the back of you because there's actually no catching him. So that's probably a lack of Williamstown. Actually, they've been able to all day combat that offensive transition from Box Hill, but on that occasion they couldn't.
First goal since time on of the third quarter. We had 6 straight behinds each way.
People are going to part with their money to come and watch Jed Anderson for many years to come.
Including yourself.
There's something about him. 2 goals today that no one else would have been able to muster. And he just keeps them in touch. 20 points to margin. Do the Hawks still believe? Meese in the middle. Stoppage, Williamstown. Carr couldn't take it away in the endo. Lawler got in there. Langford likewise. Might have thrown it out. Little toe poke. Bat's okay for Whitecross. Got it to Lawler. Around the body. Oh, shocking bounce for Meese. Allows the Hawks to come in. Sicily lays a good tackle on Curry. He's got O'Brien for help.
He's been held today. Only 2 goals for James Sicily.
Tossed up. Third man up's good. Howe looking for Simkin. Couldn't hold on to it. Segler did well. Picked up the loose footy. Oh, he's kicked straight into the man in front of him, Curry. He had to handball back to Sicily. Might have been taken high. Umpire said he crashed in with his head. It's a throw. It's going Williamstown's way.
Great
good stuff from Curry.
Yeah, the rub of the green, the Williamstown side. Hashtag we stand alone. Been a big campaign. Down there at Burbank Oval, he kicks up the line. Oh, good mark, Clouston. Excellent stuff. Centre wing, Medallion Club side.
Last game today, boys.
It is. We'll be hanging up the boots. Scott Clouston kicks long up the line. Spanger just pushed out of position. It's going to be a free kick. No, it's going to be paid the mark. It's to Conway. It's inside 50. They've opened this up. Oh, they've opened this up, the Seagulls. This is danger time now for the Box Hill Hawks, because Lee Masters had far too much space inside 50. He'll line up and have a shot from 40 metres out. Taking plenty of time. We've played 4.5 minutes in this final quarter. In he comes. Lee Masters with a goal in the opening quarter. And his kick is bringing it back. He's got it. That's his second. 13-10-88, plays 8-14-62, 5 gone, final term. Peter Jackson, Melbourne scoreboard.
You know him well, Nick, don't you? He's a good young player. Obviously disappointing when he left your place, because he did a lot of work to get him there from Swan Hill and regional Victoria, but he has gone on to become a good player, hasn't he?
Invaluable players like Lee with their ability to go back and forward. And we saw last week he actually started back and gave Williamstown a lot of run off half back and then moved forward and ended up kicking 2 or 3 goals. So today's played forward all day and has provided a headache for what is a quality defender in Spanger.
5 marks, 4 inside 50s, 12 disposals for Lee Masters.
Yeah, he's hard to play on.
This storied football club is 1 goal away from writing another chapter Another glorious chapter, and they're going again. Jolly got it from Carr. He works it to half forward, coming out to meet it. Myers got one in the back, allowed to play on. Now he needs to get rid of it. Umpire says, I'll toss it up. Felt like there had to be a decision one way or the other there. Knocked down from the stoppage. Jolly gains 20 metres towards the boundary line. I reckon he might have done that once or 350,000 times in his career. He gets them 25 and another stoppage.
Yeah, he's been a terrific player. Deserves a premiership, Benjamin. Deserves to be captain of a premiership side, Nick.
He does.
Here's a chance now. Ty, Charleston, good stuff. Gibbons evaded some tacklers, got it to Johnston, heads to the flank. Myers has it fisted away. 0-0 draw. They'll stop it again. They'll toss it in again. Chance for the ruckman again. Williamstown happy.
When does time become an issue for Box Hill? If not now.
I think it is now. They need to try and open this game up as much as possible and take some risks, because otherwise it's just going to become a very slow, stagnant finish of this game.
Simkin went down the wing. Fawkes came in to take the mark. He couldn't, and it goes over the line.
Hello to Clay, who's listening to his man Adam Markon winning a VFL Grand, but not done yet. Santorini in the Greek islands. Oh, come on.
Making this stuff up now.
Come on.
17 disposals, 6 clearances for Marco.
Ty wrapped up in the tackle here for Williamstown. On centre wing out of side, the umpire will come in and throw it up again.
We need someone from Williamstown to ring in, Pete, don't we, and tell us they're listening.
Yeah, if you're listening to us at Red Time Sport, Seagulls fans, a lot of them will be near a television right now as this kick goes up the line. Donnell working with Mirror. Just worked his opponent under the ball, did Dave Mirror. He sets his teammate running as they kick into the middle of the ground. This is okay. O'Rourke takes it. They've got players on the overlap, or have they? Whitecross run out of room. He's looking for Spanger across the ground. Had to take the mark on centre wing. Oh, and he fell over again. He had time to regather though, did Spang. He kicks up the line looking for O'Brien, but Fawkes was there. He's going to get the handball receive again. This could be decisive. Masters works it back to Markon. Oh, just onto the ground was Curry. That's a little bit cheeky. Instead, the ball goes to Banner, and he's bumped off the footy. And what does the umpire say? We'll just take 50. The free kick. No, we'll just take the free kick, surely, as Whitecross wants to get into it.
50, boys.
And he is being moved down the ground now. Oh, they're getting stuck into Whitecross too. Don't worry about that. Mark on. Oh, gee, don't give away two.
Not the bloke
Brendan.
to get 52.
No, and Mitch Banner, he has been such a consistent player for this Seagull side. And he walks inside the 50. He'll kick from 45 out. Plenty of goal face to look at. And this to almost put it beyond doubt, you would think. He steps in, kick on the way. Yes! He's got it!
It's party time.
Banner has kicked his first goal for today. 9 minutes gone, final quarter. Williamstown 14-10-94. The Box Hill Hawks 8-14-62. Peter Jackson, Melbourne scoreboard.
We haven't got the effective stats in terms of disposal, but Spanger out here just had more time than he thought, falls over. That's just Box Hill's day summed up in one contest, I think.
And then you were calling, Nick, during the course that Box Hill had to score.
They did, because they had space and width and time out on this far side.
They lost it and cost them a goal.
Hello to David Wallace, loving the coverage, driving home from Melbourne to the AFL nursery of Cobden in Victoria.
Well, a beautiful part of the world.
Mitch Banner's had the most kicks on the ground, 16 for the day.
Mitch Banner's had the most kicks for the competition for the year, so that's not a surprising stat at all for today.
Only 3 handballs.
In the middle, Langford tries to get it going, but Meese is there, ever present at the stoppage. Got it to Carr, filtered out. Gibbons, Gallucci, swings around, sold a bit of candy, couldn't get a price, so he just ran straight past the customer, and then inside the 50, and the mark is taken. Oh, the champagne is just about popping here. Williamstown will be rocking tonight. 10 gone, final term. It's 94-62 before the kick.
This is huge for this competition as well. Have a standalone VFL side, proud VFA tradition, winning the flag is incredible.
Yes, it's like the year Port Melbourne won in 11.
Yep.
And everyone so emphatically. It just shows that in all types of scenarios in the competition, you can get to the top.
Dylan Conway, what a story in himself. Up from the Development League. making a real impact now in the VFL for his third of the day. And they get to him. The Gulls are celebrating. 11 gone, final term. Williamstown 15-10-100. Box Hill 8-14-62. This is all about enjoyment, Gull fans, from here on in.
Oh, yes. Well, you've got a tough job, Nick Carnell, because you're voting on the medal today.
How many people vote, Pete?
There's four.
There's four of us on the panel. Okay.
Well, it's been a really absorbing contest, and for Williamstown, there's 20 minutes left in this game. It'll be the most enjoyable 20 minutes you'll have of your life, and to be in the position you are now, you can tell already the buzz and atmosphere around this ground is something to be envied of.
Blokes next to us are a bit flat as Anderson gets the little handball out. O'Rourke just dribbling a ball forward here, working hard. Gibbons though for Williamstown, sending him up towards half forward. Mirror had to come down. Gallucci just got out of the tackle. Ball spills free. No one can break clear. Going back in again, Willie Wheeler hailing of taxis. The umpire will throw the ball up. Don't forget, get the Power of Tyre Power's footy final sale. Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer. Go to tyrepower.com.au. 100 plays 62 as Anderson gets hands to it for Box Hill. They're trailing. Kick into Nick Meese. It spins around. Meese is going to have another go here. He puts the ball into Igniter. He couldn't quite take the mark. Ball here again with Anderson. He's pushed off it. Here's a chance though. Gibbons straight is from 45. You beauty! Oh, they come from everywhere to celebrate with Michael Gibbons. Williamstown are going to be premiers 16-10-106 to the Box Hill Hawks 8-14-62. 12 and a half gone in this final quarter. Peter Jackson, Melbourne scoreboard.
Been influential, Gibbons today, hasn't he? He's had 22 disposals as his first goal. But his ability inside the contest to not only apply pressure to the Box Hill on ballers, but his work in and around his head, that's his 9th clearance.
Hello to Annette listening in New York, Williamstown fan Fitzy, and Ali Clouston. Scott Clouston's sister is listening in from Sydney for his final game in the Peter Jackson VFL.
You'd be proud of him.
And I suspect he might just have one more in him. What a way to go out. Banner, half back, finds his man on the wing. Mark on, tucked up against the boundary line.
Nick?
Yes, mate.
You said to me about 7 weeks ago, I think it was probably 2 months ago, I said, who'll win the flag? And you said Williamstown. Now, I know we've got like 15, 20 minutes to go. Why did you think that was the case?
Good question.
Come back to it in just a moment because Little Red's got it and Mikado might just jump out of the box. Now's a good time. It's over the line.
Just with their depth, Stoney, just looked at the overall list. They've got so many guys, and we look at the midfield these days in all competitions is the driver for successful sides, and the list for Williamstown goes so deep, and that was my main reason behind it. Probably my question mark was their goal-kicking ability, but I think we looked at today how many of the midfielders have gone forward and actually hit the scoreboard. It's a credit to them, and it's the way they've set the whole footy club up and the way they recruit. The proof's in the pudding, I guess, with the result here today.
Willie Wheeler got it going, but it's knocked over by Litherland, and they'll toss it in forward pocket.
There's some of the leading possession getters on the ground for Williamstown.
Yeah, Gibbons up there now with 23, 20 for Banner and Carr.
Who would have thought, eh?
19 for Markon.
They're going to win this in style. Out the back, chance for a little more icing. Handball, retreats to space. Gibbons, well tackled, held
24.
the footy. Oh, he was gone the second time.
He couldn't quite pick it up that time. And the free kick's been given away. So Box Hill kick partially smothered. It falls to Banner. He's 48 out. He misses. Misses to the left. 16-11, 107. Plays 8-14-62. Williamstown leading Box Hill. 15 minutes played in the final quarter. Peter Jackson, Melbourne scoreboard. I'll tell you what, the night spot tonight, Burbank Oval, Williamstown. There's going to be a hell of a party happening there.
9 inside 50s to 1, guys.
Oh, Charleston comes in and takes a mark for Williamstown on his attacking 50. Go and have a shot, Milky.
Did you just say 9 to 1?
9 to 1 this quarter.
Extraordinary.
Well, it's been total domination in this second half.
And that's after Box Hill got the first goal, or Willie?
That's right. Box Hill got the first goal of the quarter.
Anderson's goal, that was the first goal.
In he comes, Jack Charleston. He's another one that's been in this VFL Williamstown system for a couple of years. Edge of the square, gives it everything, but it's off target. Didn't quite make the distance off hands, and we'll have it thrown in right next to the behind post.
Good spot for the footy, Pete. Your backman get a good rest. You can organise yourself behind the ball, and the ball's in your forward 50.
Yes. Well, tactically, I think things are just going to go slightly out the window. They're going to just be in celebration mode here. I'd love the Igniter just to get another one. Here's Conway grabbing it out of the ruck. He's held up. Oh, tie out of the pack. Misses. Another behind. 16-12, 108 to 8-14, 62.
Played his role well, Tiger.
16 gone, final term. Peter Jackson, Melbourne scoreboard.
Hawks bring it back in. Little chip over the top from Whitecross. Finds Lock. Not allowed any space today. Handball to Mirror. Gets the kick away just in the nick of time. O'Brien goes back with the flight. Couldn't take it through the legs of Lawler. Little hands out the back for Anastasio to Banner. They came from Curry. He goes to the wing. O'Rourke has it fisted away by Lockwood, and they'll toss it in.
Attendance today, 12,900. Well, it's a little on the disappointing side. 23,000 last year were here.
Yeah, it was a different story, wasn't it, with Footscray?
With the Bulldogs, yep, absolutely. Yep, different circumstances.
Here's O'Rourke to Langford to Simkin, back in board, missed the target. Lawler's got to go to work on Anastasio, he does. Gets around him first time, Anastasio tries to smother, but the ball goes inside the 50. Anderson worked his man underneath it, comes back, picks up the crumbs, around the corner and misses.
Guys, Langford's down behind play, which could be of obviously concern heading into the next week with Hawthorn.
Stick with it, Hilly.
Just got eyes on him now. I actually was just about to mention, when do you start worrying about Will Langford, because he must be some chance if an injury takes place during the week to be the player.
Charleston kicks to himself and then goes long outside the 50. Langford's going to shake this off because he's going to get there first to the footy. He kicks across the ground, finds Lawler right in the middle of Etihad Stadium. Anastasio there on the mark, goes across the ground. Litherland takes the mark. And they look to push forward here again, the Hawks. A long, deep ball inside the 50. Sicily in from the side. The fist comes in. Ball spills free. Chance here again for the Hawks. Oh, there's going to be a free kick. Too high. Oh, and Heatherly wants to go on with it too. No, nothing silly, boys, at the end here. So free kick going Box Hill's way inside the 50. And it's going to be taken by Miles. Oh dear, that's no good. He kicks across the ground, finds Mark Locke, who has a shot at goal. I'll tell you what, this has gone high. It's almost hit the roof. Charleston underneath it, gets the handball out. Curry was there as well. All Masters through his hands, Mark on those, safe hands. He's got handballs over the top. Masters thought about going to Willie Wheeler, instead went to Jolly, who kicks and finds Clouston. Now where's the Igniter? Get on your bike, son. We want you to kick another one. 18.5 gone in this final term. 108 plays 63 as Clouston in his final game kicks. Oh, Anastasio flew high. He was nowhere near it in the end. Mirror takes the mark and they're away again, the Hawks.
Segler finds Lawler. His kick smothered. Opens the door for Banner. Has a bounce from 55. Closes. Kicks. Whistle.
Free kick.
Down the field. Colucci kicks the goal anyway.
It's a Box Hill free kick, isn't it? Oh, no, it's downfield. Sorry.
I'm not sure why it's downfield, because he hadn't kicked it, had he? I thought it had to be downfield if he disposed of it, Nick. I thought
it was a push after the kick.
But it was after the kick.
It's interesting that the advantage wasn't paid because Colucci's already kicked this goal. So
yeah.
So just point of greatest advantage?
Possibly, yeah. Because I thought he pushed him as he kicked. Anyway.
Colucci kicks the goal. His third of the afternoon. We spoke about these blokes in the forward line causing chaos at the start of the day, Nick Carnell. Conway has 3. Anastasio has 2. Gallucci has 3.
And we look at if you look the other way, Sicily, O'Brien to 2, you just haven't had the same impact on the game. They're the tools that we were coming into the game pretty concerned about because there's so many of them for Box Hill, but just haven't had nowhere near the impact that the Smalls have had for Williamstown. It probably comes back to the midfields too, doesn't it? Just the supply. The supply hasn't been efficient, and there hasn't been any space that they can work into. And to Williamstown's credit, those guys have been in areas that they can do their work in, as opposed to being under a heap of pressure.
And yet Williamstown only +1 in clearances.
Really sort of flattened off next door. Patrick Hill, the Franks, the coach, trying to fire him up, but there's nothing. They're flatlining in there as Isles. Handball out. Now O'Rourke going forward here. Just got maybe just get a few more.
It's been good, Anderson, hasn't he?
Yeah, Henderson's got his hands on it. He's 55 from goal. It's a long, high ball. Langford, he stayed down. Mangan is there. Ball spills free. Nick Singh. Those parents are listening and they're going to love every minute of this as Lockwood goes for a run and kicks up the line through the hands there of Johnston. Clouston laying a tackle on Gordon and he's pinged. Yep, he's pinged for holding the footy.
Clouston's the man.
He is. Well, there's family members listening from Williamstown players' perspective. It's Johnston who's got the free kick in the end. Across the grounds.
Good footy.
Banner
Good
takes
footy.
the mark, half forward.
Is that a good game, Banner?
21
Very good.
minutes gone in this final term. 114 plays 63. There's the kick into the pocket. Clouston. Oh, he got the fist to it in the end. He was 3 back. Ball over the line. We'll have it thrown in. Or will there be a free kick? There will be. It'll be a Box Hill free kick. Spanger was dealt with. Yes, Adam?
Banner now equal leading disposal getter.
Kick across the ground. Dangerous. Carr swoops in. Carr kicked the goal. Oh, what were they thinking? They're thinking, get me out of here. Ed Carr's going, this could go for another 40 minutes for all I care. His first goal.
Pete,
120 plays 63. Peter Jackson, Melbourne scoreboard.
you know when you asked a rhetorical question, what were they thinking? You know what the answer sometimes is?
No,
They
no word
weren't.
at all.
We could see the intent, but the thinking wasn't great.
No, it wasn't. Oh dear. 120, bit of icing
And
on the
it's
cake to 63.
Symptomatic sometimes of when just things are gone, they are gone.
Nick Carnell's #1 fan, Andy Collins, on the boundary line. He's up and about too. He knows the job is done. There's celebrations going on everywhere, Leedsy.
Gibbons in the middle. There's more party to be had here. Jolly gets it going to the flank. Myers knocked off the footy. Hawks have a win. Over the top. Picked up by Simpkin on the break. Got Jolly to contend with. He goes down the line and Sicily takes the mark.
He's had a really good day, Simpkin. In a side that hasn't been great, I thought he's battled on really well.
I wonder who's going to be next in if there's an injury at training this week. Down the line, fisted
Anderson.
away. Charleston gets it over the line.
Yeah, or Langford.
Hawthorn listed guys, 23 for Langford, 18 for O'Rourke, 19 Whitecross,
Langford's carrying a bit of a leg.
26
Right.
Simpkin.
Underground handball here, releases Charleston. Mark on down the line. Oh, good
Well
fist from Locke in front of Myers. Yeah, I guess it depends who it is, but
Jed Anderson, 17.
Anderson the one for you, Fitzy.
Well, he's got an impact. You know, Langford, they're different types of players. He wants Langford maybe to get on someone and do a job for you. Anderson to create.
120 to 63. All over bar the shouting here. Ty gets it going, gains himself 10 metres and another stoppage.
Just a really good feel-good story here with Williamstown. Really good to see. Adam.
Inside 50s this term, 11 to 4 in favour of Williamstown. Turnovers, Box Hill 5, Williamstown 3.
Yeah.
Toss back in, Collins battled hard. Ty wins this one, goes to the line again. Littleton tries to keep it in. He's got 3 to beat, and he did in the end. Terrific stuff. Won it for Simpkin, and who's well tackled. We've got the handball to Mirror. Gets round 2 tackles. Then his third attempt just results in the kick being slightly affected. Turnovers on. No, Donnell had the chance through the hands of Carr, who's hurt. That's no good for celebrations. O'Rourke to Whitecross. Anderson dances through traffic, and then he
Well done.
spots up his man.
Clever.
Yeah, in the heat of the kitchen, managed to find a way out, and O'Brien will take the shot from directly in front.
Stoney, can you get down to Chris Dixon here on the Williamstown bench and tell him to get the igniter back on, please?
I've already done that, Pete.
Well, make more
See,
representation.
Here he comes.
Watch what happens right now. See?
O'Brien hits the post.
Adam, how many goals for Box Hill since half time?
Box
tell you
Hill
that.
had 6 goals at half time, so 2 cents.
2. We just didn't see that coming, did we?
Williamstown have had 11.
25 gone. Celebration time for Williamstown. High ball all over the back there, almost the mark taken by Conway, and they're away again. Can they just get
Igniter,
something
Igniter.
going? Here is Donnell kicking into space, banger. Oh, the Igniter. Oh, the Igniter just grabbing him, probably without the footy, but that's okay. Oh, look at that, the tall and the short of it. He fights above his weight division each and every time, and we'll have it thrown in. Not afraid to get in there.
Who won the battle, Pete?
Oh, he did.
Your man, didn't he?
Well, Williamstown have won the war, 120 to 64. There's the ball here, off hands, well done by Langford, just getting underground. To Lock, trying to find it. There is O'Rourke. Gee, did well through the traffic. He kicks up to 50. Anderson pushed in the back by Fawkes. No call from the umpire. Anderson's now got 2 to beat. Fawkes almost got in his back again. Ball spills free. Chance here for Evans. Needs to straighten up. Handball over the top. They should get a goal here. No, they don't. Miles off target. So.
And touched, Pete. Well defended.
Sums up the day, doesn't it, boys?
It does. Yeah, a bit flat on the bench now. Twice, 2 years, they've come to the big dance and they've come up empty-handed. 120 plays 65.
Second quarter was to then what they produced after half time.
Get the power of Tyre Power's footy final sale with Toyo. Buy 3, get 1 free offer. Go to tyrepower.com.au.
And Fitzy, you called it about 4 minutes into the third term. You said they were in trouble, Box Hill.
Yeah, just didn't like the look of it, Legion.
That's why we've got the master coach in the commentary box.
If we look
the
at it
retiring Coburg legend.
If we look at it holistically, Box Hill have only owned 10 minutes of this game. That middle 10 minutes of that second term. Apart from that, if anything, it's been a 50-50 contest, or Williamstown's owned the whole game. So it's amazing. It's what none of us expected.
No one wants to come off for Williamstown. The bench is screaming to make rotations.
Well, they've got this one man they've got to get on the ground, and I don't have to care if they have to drag them by the ears, but Clouston's got to have the last say here.
Can you just describe what this feels like, Fitzy?
Yeah, well, I can still remember
If
the
you
very
will,
first one, Pete,
Yep.
when the other coaches actually convinced me that the Port Melbourne couldn't catch us. And then once you get that feeling, it just is just an absolute beautiful feeling. Yeah. And Andy Collins deserves to be a premiership coach. He's a quality coach, quality leader of men.
Charleston goes to half forward. They've turned it over. Oh, they've got the wrong man on. Lockwood's come on. Clouston sits idle on the bench. That's not part of the fairy tale. Ball won back by Myers here. He's tossed into the turf. Sicily tries to get through traffic and does. Handball out the back for Willsmore. Got around the tackle of Marcon. Goes inboard to O'Rourke. Back to Willsmore, whose run really has been cut out of the game this afternoon. Oh, gee, trouble now. Howe, turnover. Here we go.
Look out.
Go for a run, Little Red, for God's sake. He kicks the ball long and high. Oh, didn't have to. The ball at the back. Pick up there by Litherland. He's got an acre of space. Johnston is down there too at full forward. Ball is out. And they manage to avert that danger. The Box Hill Hawks, they might come straight back in though. Lock is set upon. Now it's in dispute in the middle of the ground. 28 and a half minutes gone. They're clapping, they're excited. And I think he's gone back onto the ground, Scotty Clouston.
Yep.
He's gone right to full forward. Can we get one for him before he retires? Carr wrapped up in the tackle. Ball spills free. Simpkin, handball out. O'Rourke left it for Locke, who works the ball out. Now here's Lawler going for a run past the Igniter. He's put in a good effort today, the Igniter. Surely in the votes from Nick Carnell. It's going to be turned over again. Lockwood works it up towards centre wing. Gibbons goes up the line and turned it over. And Lawler gets into the hole. He goes short. Finds Collins.
One of the feelings you're talking about before, Peter, the coaches have got a rundown clock in the box.
Yep.
All the Williamstown support coaches are down here now.
Simpkin, they're all down. They are celebrating. 29 minutes gone. Great scenes down on the Williamstown bench. Ball long, looking for Anderson. He was pushed out. He's going to get a free kick here. He will take one. He'll be directly in front and he'll kick from 25 out. So consolation goal potentially for the Box Hill Hawks. 29 and a half into the final quarter. 120 plays 65. And look at the celebrations here on the bench. They're all coming to the bench now. They know. They know what's going on. Oh, there'll be big celebrations at Burbank Oval in Williamstown tonight and possibly through the rest of the week too, you'd imagine. They're a proud club.
Yep.
And they're going to celebrate. They weren't the favourite going in. Oh dear, Anderson's missed. 120 plays 66. 30 minutes gone in the final quarter.
And as we said a bit earlier,
Jackson
Peter,
Melbourne scored.
competition needs this to balance
Yep,
it up all the time, doesn't it?
Take us home, Leedsy.
Long ball in. Masters goes for his third mark of the year attempt. Can't bring it in. Ball turned over. Now a chance for Curry. Here's their time for Clouston. Here's the last man between the Hawks and the goals. Just get it to him.
Kick it to Scotty. Can we get a coordinated message? Come on, Stoney.
Gibbons retreats to Lockwood. Across the ground.
Trevor Monty,
fitting.
Trevor Monty, the president of Williamstown, coming to join them on the bench too, and he deserves success as well. He's been sensational.
Gibbons got it from Jolly.
Yeah, he's a long-term president, isn't he, Trevor?
Back to Jolly. Who's around to see Ned Kelly play at centre-half back, according to Andy Collins. Ball one at half-back again for Williamstown momentarily. O'Rourke gets it back for the Hawks, though. Anderson can't beat the boundary line. They'll toss it in.
Peter and boys, I'd like to also mention Brendan Curry, who
Yes,
did a lot
I
of
agree.
work with Williamstown to help build this particular list.
Yep.
He's
He's
a
in the
great
Northern
football
Territory at the
person,
moment.
Brendan, yeah.
Well, with the NT Thunder, he'd be listening and
He's
enjoying.
actually here, I think.
Is he?
Down here, Stoney, isn't he? They had a function for, he was invited to a function, which I thought was really good, Stoney, to do that.
Here's Carr to Jolly to Banner. What a day for Mitch. Had it on a string last time they met.
Or icing it here, Leedsy.
Been terrific again. Wonder what Nick Carnell's writing in his notepad. Nick Singh has it across the ground and finds Donnell.
I'm saying would like to stay in the commentary.
There it is. On their own, with no support from anybody. But it's sweet 16 for Williamstown. 18-12, 120 to Box Hill. 8-18-66.
Have a listen to this song.
One for all, we strive for victory. There's not a game that we can't win. Together we stand tall. The siren sounds, we stand our ground. We're Seagulls, one and all. Stand and deliver. We'll fight and not give in. We want it bad, so every lad will push until we win. Seagulls show the courage. We rally to the call. We are the boys from Williamstown. We're Seagulls, blue and gold. Stand.
3 goals to Andrew Gallucci, Cameron Lockwood and Dylan Conway. 2 goals to Lee Masters and Anthony Anastasio. And singles to Ed Carr, Michael Gibbons, Scott Clouston in his final game, Mitch Banner and Sean Tye.